evening. Hiya, how you doing? Pete here from Lost Boys Pizza. We're going to try something different tonight because, you know, life's about trying different things. I'm not in the restaurant this evening. This is headquarters. This is my office at home. You can tell because it's got my name behind me on a blood-stoked bit of a wrestling ring. It's casual here like that. So this evening, we are not going to be in London. We're not going to be in 2021 because fuck 2021. We are going to go to California in 1987. We're going to visit a place I've always wanted to go. We're going to go to Santa Carla, and I got some friends who are going to take us there with them. My good friend Toby is going to be the games master for the evening. Here's Toby. Toby's going to be taking us to Santa Carla. Say hello, Tobes.
Hey, how you doing?
Tobes, I'm so happy to see you here, man. This is going to be wild. Dude, you're at the restaurant, and I'm not at the restaurant.
Commandeered it, mate. Broke the locks. I'm in.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Amazing. So Toby's going to be taking us to Santa Carla using the Theatre of the Mind. This is kind of like Dungeons & Dragons, but not really Dungeons & Dragons. It's a sick, rad game that I've done a read-through of, and I'm really excited to play this evening that Toby has. Which way do I point? That way or that way? I guess that way.
That way, yeah.
the Toby set up. And I've got some of my good friends, people that you may have seen me playing D&D with online before. They're going to be joining us too. So we've got Adam, we've got Gary, and we have got the insatiable Johnny Monkey Hawkins joining us this evening as well. Everyone's in fucking costume and character, you guys. I should probably get in costume as well.
Do it.
Go for it.
I'm gonna. You can't stop me. No one can. Smashed it.
Oh.
I'm telling you,
Hey,
I bet
who's
this feels
that
so
guy?
good underwater. Adam! Bush, what have you done? I fucking love it, mate.
Fucking rock and roll, son!
Shit just got bitching. That's what happened.
Big energies all round, gentlemen.
So, Tobes, what's the plan?
So, as Pete quite rightly pointed out, we're going to be going to Santa Carla today. Basically, for a bit of backstory, anyone who's played Dungeons & Dragons or anything like that before, any kind of tabletop role-playing game, this is a system I've created, which is basically a really simplified version of some systems you'll be familiar with. We are using classic polyhedral dice. D20 is our main system here. It'll kind of be a bit self-explanatory as we go along. Each player, I've asked to create a character and given them a selection of classes. As was said, we are set in the real world-ish, just before the events of the Lost Boys film. And the classes available to our players are the rocker, the jock, the Poindexter, the theatre kid, the popular kid, the artist, and with every good 80s trope, the new kid. So, yeah, that's kind of our theme there. Everyone's teenagers, late teenagers. This game is called Spring Break in Santa Carla, so they are all on their spring break, their first spring break. So yeah, that kind of gives you the idea of it. Should we go around the group and you can all kind of introduce your 80s themed characters and tell us what classes you are and that kind of stuff, and then we'll get jumping straight into it.
Awesome. So I'm Pete, but tonight I'm going to be playing as Anthony Falcon, no relation to Tony Hawk, super rad skate junkie who likes to call everything bitchin'. He is the only teenager in United States of America history to ever have got a scholarship by being rad and skating, and he's in Santa Carla for the weekend, hopefully to catch some waves and meet some babes, bro.
Smashing. Let's go. I'll go around the screen and I've got you set up. So let's go for Monkey next.
Good evening. My name is Brian O'Driscoll. I tried to do American accent, but I sound like a teenage mutant ninja turtle.
Go on, give it a go. Go on, let me hear it.
I never go, hey dudes, how's it going? I don't know, I sound like I know the pizza. Like, I don't really know what's going on. Howdy there, how's it going? Hey.
I love it.
So I'm gonna be a theatre guy, Brian O'Driscoll. I'm into the theatre. It's all a little fairy for me, you know. All a little fairy.
Cool. So that's Brian O'Driscoll. Next up, we're going to go in. Gary, what you got?
Hello, yes, I'm Gary. I am going to be tonight Sydney Martin, the Poindexter. And what you should know about Sydney Martin is Sydney Martin's favourite chess move is the bird's opening followed by a bold From's gambit. Sydney can complete a Rubik's Cube in 1 minute 27 seconds exactly, and his favourite highlight pen colour is yellow.
Unbelievable. So rich tapestry of a backstory you've given us there. I love that. And finally, Adam, with the amazing makeup add-on, by the by.
Oh, sorry, man. I totally fell asleep with Sid talking there. This is Bobby Wolf. Ow! We're coming at you live, ready to rock and roll.
So that's our rocker then, Bobby Wolf. There you go. So the classes our players are choosing today is the theatre kid, the jock, skater as that chosen sports, Poindexter and rocker. So basically with these characters, every character has a set of stats, which are basically things like their strength, their dexterity, their mental fortitude, the wisdom, intelligence, all those kind of stuff. And each, depending on what class you've chosen or each person chooses, they will have different strengths and weaknesses. So, for example, the Poindexter's very intelligent, but not very strong, whereas the theatre kids very light on their feet, very dexterous, and that kind of thing. Each one also has their own special abilities, which I will go through as the ones we've got turning up. So the jock's special ability is athlete. You spent your school years training to be the best at your favourite sports. Your dedication and hard work earned you a scholarship. So you have advantage on any roles associated with your sport of choosing, which our jock today, Anthony Falcon, is skateboarding. So you'll have advantage on any role that involves, or you can argue to me, is akin to skateboarding in some way or another. And for those who haven't played these games before, basically the dice act as fate or chance or luck to see if you succeed on something. So, for example, if Anthony Falcon there was going to say to me, I want to do a kickflip, I say, okay, roll me the dice to see how you do. I'd probably want a dexterity roll out of that because that's the most associated skill with it. And because he's a skateboarder, he'd have advantage. He rolls the dice, adds his bonuses, and the total number he gets is basically denotes whether he succeeds or fails. It will all make sense if we play along. So that's that one. The rocker's special skill is shady. From buying drugs to punching Nazis and burning cop cars, it's fair to say you've seen your share of crime. As such, you have a sense of finding such activities no matter where you are. So the rocker has advantage on roles associated with criminal activity. However, you might find that might be useful to you. We will see. The Poindexter has the special skill learned. For you, reading has always been more than just something your teachers made you do. It is a passion. As such, you have read countless books covering a multitude of subjects from architect to ancient history. You have advantage on roles made to recall information you have read. So anything, if you can argue to me you've read a book about it and you want to kind of recall some information about it, could help you in different areas. As long as you can make a decent case to us, then you'll get advantage on that role, and that's your kind of special strength. And finally, we have our theatre kid, Brian O'Driscoll.
Hello.
Your skill is actor. So years of training on the stage has honed your improvisational skills and afforded you the ability to slip in and out of character at will. As such, you're an excellent liar. You have advantage on any charisma roles made while lying. So if you're trying to convince someone that you're not someone who you say you are, or if you want to, I don't know, any kind of lie you want to try and get away with, you have advantage at that because you're very good at, again, assuming these characters and kind of making people believe you. You know? There is one other function I'd like to add in for this game. I have my own special point now. There is often something called an inspiration point and that kind of thing in these kind of games. I've got my own special one for this very specific game, which is called a plot point. As with every classic 80s film, you will often find the plot leans very heavily towards our heroes. So you each are given at the beginning of this game a plot point. You can spend this plot point to do things like edit a scene slightly. So, for example, if you needed to make something blow up, you might be able to edit the scene that the chemicals found under a sink, make a bomb when put together. You can also use them if you need to re-roll something you really want to make sure you try and get another crack at that success. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. It's a bit of we could use it for in continuity in the plot. Maybe a door that was actually shut, someone forgot to and left open, and we can use your plot point to change that. And those kind of minor edits. Obviously, you can't use your plot point to be like we win, but you get the rough idea. Cool. Are you all ready, players?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Bro.
Excellent. Apologies if at any point we ask each other to repeat ourselves and that kind of stuff to anyone viewing. 5 different people online all at once trying to stream something. It's the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. So bear with us for anything like that. Cool.
And great pizza from Lost Boys, thank you.
Wait, did you get national delivery from Lost Boys today?
I did. And not even only that, it was gluten-free.
Gluten-free pizza delivered nationwide. What?
Yes.
Vegan options too.
All of the vegan options. All the vegan options, of course.
Cool, rock and roll. Well, if you guys are all ready, got some bang going on there. If you guys are all ready, I'm ready. We can jump into it.
Let's jump into it.
Point, which you also, if you spend it, you do have a chance to earn another one, by the way. If you do like really excellent role playing, I'll award plot points for. Really clever ideas, I'll award plot points for. That kind of stuff. So they're kind of a little treat for you guys if you behave yourselves well enough, all right?
Awesome.
Rock and roll. Okay, cool. So, without any further ado, cool. You are a group of college freshmen en route to your first ever spring break. The excitement is palpable as the bus slowly rumbles ever closer to your destination. Now, you remember who specifically came up with the idea? But where better to spend what would undoubtedly be the best weekend of your lives than the party capital of the world, Santa Carla. Although it appears no one on the bus is old enough to drink, bottles and hip flasks are already being passed among the salacious passengers. So why don't you guys all give me a bit of a description of your characters? Go around, maybe say how you guys know each other, something like that. You guys already know each other. You're an established friend group. You've known each other for a bit. We'll kick off with Pete. Give us a quick rundown.
Yeah, so I'm Anthony Falcon, the skater. I've been skating since I could walk. I've been skating. When I was so small, I used to use my mum's old roller skates as a skateboard, and everywhere I go, I've just always been skating. The guys that I'm with today, I've been friends with since middle school, when we were all a little bit more similar than we are these days. But the bonding of youth friendship is impossible to break. And like Stephen King says, you never have friends better than those you have when you're 11. And so we have an unbreakable bond, despite the fact that we've all sort of spread our wings in different ways. We're still tight like knots, and we look out for each other, even though we like to take the piss out of each other a bit.
Love it. Right, cool. So that kind of covers most of it, actually. Anyone else want to describe how do you look? How does Falcon look?
How does Falcon look? How doesn't he look, bro?
Oh, there you go.
Check out the sweet mole.
Got the sweet mole. Love it.
Man, I bet this feels so nice underwater. I used to have hell in this, bro.
Cool. Anyone else want to add what their character might look like? Things you wear, habits, anything like that? Any bit of backstory?
Well, I kind of look like this, I'm coming up to be the next biggest thing, for real. And I've got my skinny jeans, I got my leathers, and it's all about the doors, baby. Come on.
But what no one knows about Bobby Wolf, is he can't actually play guitar.
Oh.
Hey,
got a bit of a Sid Vicious bass kind of effect going on here, haven't we?
This is the kind of thing that stays between friends, man. Come on.
That unbreakable bond we spoke about has been broken and decimated already.
Is Bobby alluding to his musical expertise again?
He is.
Bobby.
Straight character of the book. I love it.
You need to get over it. I mean, embrace the bow tie. A gentleman is not properly dressed unless he has a bow tie. I'm sure you know that by now.
Sid, if you don't shut up, man, I'm gonna come over and wet willy you.
Well, I hope you use your finger this time. And remember, it's Sydney, not Sid.
Hey, Brian, why don't you dance for him or something?
You really are all rotters, you know that. You're rotters.
As you're having this conversation, a voice cuts through. It is the voice of your really good friend, Jasper. He is the other kind of member of your friendship group. He is the guy. He's kind of like, oh, dudes, like, come on, lay off him a little bit, all right? They're only joshing. He kind of grabs you round your neck there, Sydney, and kind of gives you a bit of a ruffle, and then passes a hip flask towards you to have a little sip of if at all you fancy it. No pressure though, man, obviously. Like, just if you want to join in or whatever.
I will take a sip.
That's why we're bros, bro.
I didn't even get to punch you in the arm. Like,
Jasper then turns into the rest of you guys as you're sitting like at the back of the bus, classic cool guy position, taking up several aisles, all leaning in towards each other, kind of over the middle central aisle there. And you see like a devilish grin upon his face, framed by this tangled red hair that falls down just past his shoulders, kind of resting almost on his classic battered leather jacket. He's wearing an Echo and the Bunnymen t-shirt. Nice. He hands out his outstretched hand. He's got one fingerless leather glove on. It's like his classic thing. He's had, as long as you've known him, he's always been wearing this one leather glove. And in between his fingers, you see there is a freshly lit spliff. Look what I swiped for my old man. He chuckles as his other hand reaches up to fiddle with the feather earring that dangles from his right ear for flicking his hair back behind the beaten jacket. Just to go back into it, Jasper is undoubtedly one of the coolest people any of you have ever met. He's handsome, he's generous, he's laid back, he's intelligent, he's got great taste in music and style, but you know, he remembers people's birthdays. He always knows where the best parties are, but above all else, he would take a bullet for any single one of you. Just complete love and adoration for his boys, man, for his boys. It's like if we get caught, I'll take the heat, all right? Hands out.
I take the spliff.
Excellent.
I hit it.
There is like a rumble slightly as the coach kind of pulls around the corner and hits a pothole. You hear like a heavy cough coming from the driver up the front as she lights up yet another cigarette while driving the bus. With a cough,
maybe she'd be a bit smoother, man, if she took some of this, huh?
With a cough gained only from years of heavy smoking, the bus driver clears her throat before addressing the passengers. Boys and girls, we'll shortly be arriving at our destination. Please make sure you take all your belongings with you. Anything left on the bus will be thrown in the trash. You look out the window just in time to see three teenagers conspicuously leaning up against a huge billboard that reads, "Welcome to Santa Carla." As the bus passes, it reveals a fourth who is adding the final letters to a large piece of graffiti on the back. It reads in large red letters, "The murder capital of the world."
Excellent. Yay!
Sydney, you smasher! I love it.
As the coach descends down into Santa Carla, you are hit with the smell of brine and of just bodies and people coming in through the windows of your coach. There is this amazing view that spans across towards the ocean. You can see in the distance little blips which are unmistakably people surfing in the water. There is huge roller coasters and lights. You can, again, the smell of candy floss and popcorn waft in as you get closer towards the boardwalk. There is just so much activity here. The place is alive with subcultures and music and just everything. It's almost like the place has a heartbeat. It is intense. It is exciting.
Guys, you know the boardwalk. It's like it's the oldest surviving seaside amusement park on the whole of the West Coast. It's going to be so exciting to walk along there. All right, we can go on the Giant Dipper. It was opened in 1924. You wouldn't believe how fast it goes, guys. It goes 55 miles an hour.
Is it real? Is it real today? Is it real today?
After a moment, there is a clatter as the coach drags to a stop, and you find you are outside your hotel, the Boardwalk View Hotel.
Woohoo!
When the doors of the bus open, you are greeted by the sound of music and merriment coming from the beachfront. As the sun hangs low in the sky, you see in the distance strings of red, blue, and yellow lights flickering into life all along the boardwalk and throughout the amusement park. You hurriedly grab your keys from the tired-looking attendant, dump your bags in your room before rushing out towards the beach, swiping a few bottles of beer from the minibar as you leave. You're running down towards the boardwalk.
Yes.
Would you be headed straight there as a team, or is there something you guys think you'd like to do first?
I want to go check out the waves.
Well, I was going to say I'm in my full attire here. I would. It's like I could go and put some trunks on.
Put some trunks on. You got time to slap some trunks on, my man. Get some budgie smugglers going.
I'm gonna pop upstairs just so that if we have a little wander down the old promenade for the ladies.
There are heads turning as you move in your new outfit. Very much, despite the range of goths and punks and rockers all around, all these amazing styles. Very much the budgie smugglers draw a gaze from others as you walk out. Kind of headed down towards the boardwalk. People are really looking at you. The trance-like effect of the boardwalk is. Sorry, my thing just clipped out. Give me 1 sec. Apologies, guys. Technical issues.
I could jump in now. I'd be saying if Jasper's not got any more weed, I want to go and get some weed first before we head down.
Jasper had only swiped one spliff from his old man, so yeah, you can of course on your way down. There are a lot of people here. It's, for most, to find a dealer in amongst this is like a needle in a haystack. But for you, an old hand at such things, why don't we make our first roll of the night? I need to roll me a wisdom roll. It's a kind of like a street smarts is what wisdom is. And of course, it's a criminal activity, so you, the rocker, may have advantage.
And advantage is 2d20 then, yeah?
Yeah, roll it twice, take the highest number, and add your wisdom modifier to it.
That was a 6. Oh, man. I rolled a 6 and a 1, so 8 is my highest.
8.
Busted.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Despite your usual knowledge, this is unfamiliar territory to you. You haven't been here before, and kind of where you guys are from, maybe the dealers really stand out in the crowd. They all look exactly like Axl Rose, whereas you in this area, it's just there's such a plethora of people. It's hard to pull it out, I'm afraid. However, Jasper, sensing your kind of head darting around, looking very purposely for what you're after, hands you the last half of his spliff. He's like, "Here you are, dude, man. You know I can't take much anyway." And he kind of gives you a little bro fist bump.
Nice. Thanks, brother.
Hey, man. I got you, always. You know that. You're my boy, man. You're my boy. As you're walking down again, you're getting closer and closer towards the boardwalk here. And there is this just amazing sense of sound. And it's almost like overwhelming as it batters your senses with. You think you can just about hear the sound of a saxophone coming from near the water. Maybe just tuning up ever so slightly. You find your way into this boardwalk, and again, although you thought it was busy in the main stretch, when you get on the boardwalk, it is rammed. People are pushing each other out of the way. There's rides, there's attractions, there's games, there's ear-piercing stalls. There's all kinds of stuff going on. But the trance-like effect is shattered for you when several men barge past you, their arms full of comics, undoubtedly stolen from a comic book shop you can see just up ahead. A young teen in a beret begins to pursue them, but quickly gives up when he realizes that he has no chance of catching up. Yeah, you better run, barf bags. What would you like to do?
Was that an Iron Man 36 that I saw under that guy's arm? Oh my God! What has he done? Oh, the travesty of it! That's what small fortune. My man, what's happened?
Do you head up to this kid in the beret?
Yep.
100%.
As you come on, goes. Well, it was just a reuse of the cover. It's a giveaway comic week. It's okay, but man, you know your stuff, huh?
I like to weed. Yes, very much.
He looks at you kind of up and down. Forget about those guys. Those airheads stole from the bargain bin anyway. We got bigger problems than this in this town.
Oh, is it getting regular shipments of Batman archive comics?
Say again, sorry?
Is it getting regular shipments of Batman comics? Is that the big problem we've got?
You in your DC, huh?
Yeah.
Around here, yeah?
Yeah. We've just come down for the summer. Woo, summer!
You can see his face just remains pretty much expressionless as you cheer with joy. Yeah, you and your friends better come with me.
Okay, guys, I've made a new friend.
Awesome.
This kid in the beret walks you towards the comic book shop. He takes you in. Bell rings as the door opens. You can see inside. It's just stuffed with comics. All the posters up on the wall, different issues, pop culture references. You can see sat in a sofa, kind of in the middle against the wall, or two hippies, just completely zoned out, passed out asleep. There is another young teen here, looking maybe 12, 13, who is wearing a bandana and like a pseudo-military shirt with a snarl on his face. He kind of walks around, almost prowling you, kind of circling you like a tiger as you enter the shop, kind of giving you each up and down the eye.
Sid, if you brought us to another fucking chess match, man.
Yeah. Why are you killing the buzz? You're killing the buzz.
This ain't no chess match here. You hear the kid voices. You can see there's a strain in his neck as he's obviously putting on some deeper voice, desperately trying to macho up his persona. We don't play games around here in Santa Carla.
So what's going on then? What's the big problem?
You see, he kind of looks around to one side to the other, looks you up and down once again, and he looks over to you, Sydney. I hear you like comics, and he grabs one from the rack and hands it to you. A copy. As you turn it over, you can see large letters on top. It says "Vampires Everywhere."
That's a shame. I'm not really into vampire comics. Don't suppose you've got anything about mummies, have you?
He kind of pushes it back to you as you hand it. You'll like this one. It might just save your life.
Oh, is it well made then? Is it good for hitting people?
You see, they just simultaneously grab their heads, shake, and kind of just walk away from you. Kind of leaving you guys to it in the shop.
Hey, yo, Sid, this gig, man, we're gonna miss out on a whole fucking night. Come on.
There is almost on cue as you say it. You hear the beautiful wailing of a saxophone coming from the beach. You think the sound check's over and whatever kind of gig's going on is starting.
I'd turn to the group and say, you guys, I don't know much, but I do know that when there's a live sax, there's babes.
Babes, man.
Let's go.
Let's follow the sound of that sax.
It is a universal truism. Yeah, you guys wander down towards, following your ears towards the sound of the saxophone. As you get closer and closer to the waterfront, you notice there are quite a lot of stalls that are kind of like temporary stalls set up around you, along with several rides and attractions and that kind of thing as you walk through the boardwalk. There is, to list a few, there is a piercing stall with a young lady who's currently getting her ear pierced by a very burly-looking, bald-headed dude covered in tattoos. You can see there is a test your strength machine. There is a one of those swinging ship rides, one of those classic like up and down each side on a central pendulum swinging ship rides called the Ocean's Mistress. There is the fun food shack from which a really gaunt-looking hillbilly is selling very greasy-looking hot dogs and burgers. There's quite a large board, and you can see there is a smell of incense wafting slightly towards you, cutting through the greasy food and sweaty teens running around on on spring break. Draw your eye towards a purple tent that's set up with like gold accents and a sign outside that says Madame Esmeralda.
Ooh.
So I look at Madame Esmeralda's tent, and then I grab Bobby by the arm, and I point at the test of strength game, and I say, $1 bet, who's strongest?
Dude, you're going to use your fucking legs. I got this on lock. Come on, brother.
Cool, you guys run towards the test your strength machine. You can see it's classic. There's a big mallet, a little target on the floor. You smack it, rises up a weight, and if you hit the bell, you get a prize. You can see that although there's quite a lot of space on the board behind for prizes, a lot of it's quite empty. The only thing still remaining is like plushy bats.
I want a plushy Batman.
You
Not
can
a
see
plushy
there's
ring blade, a plushy Batman.
Don't talk about Batman with Sydney in earshot again.
Oh yeah, well, which version are we going for? You know, obviously the Adam West version. He's got the bracelet underneath.
Now you've started him off, man.
You'll be doing the bat dance before we know it.
Did you know that the guy that originally played Robin, he became an adult film star?
You hear a voice cut over you. Do you kids want to play or not? And the guy who is just holding this mallet, almost slightly menacingly, as you're holding up a queue of now several other people behind you waiting to use the test your strength machine.
Yeah, we want to play. I want to play this guy.
He kind of hands out the mallet towards you. Says it's a quarter each.
Okay, no problem. I chip him a quarter. I chip him 50 cents. I'm playing for me and Bobby, but it's $1 bet between me and Bobby.
Cool. You toss him 50 cents. He catches it midair, puts it in his pocket. Okay, then each of you, I'm going to ask you to give me a strength check. So if you were to roll your d20, add your strength modifier. Let's go with Anthony Falcon first.
Yeah, 5 + 3 is 8.
Ooh, bam! It goes. And you hear a whap 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 whap.
If you'd let me use my skateboard instead of this whack ass hammer, I wouldn't have a problem, bro.
The guy looks at you, kind of shakes his head, like, man, my daughter could hit it better than that.
Still stronger than Bobby, bro.
And he hands over he grabs the mallet from Falcon and hands it over to a wolf.
Hey, come check it out, huh? 12 + 1 is 13.
13, not bad.
Lucky for the wolf, man.
Whap, 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 whap. Unfortunately, although you did do far better than your skateboarding friend, you do not manage to ring the bell with a 13 there. The guy kind of chuckles, takes the mallet back off you, and passes it on to the next kid, shuffling you guys away for the next person in the queue to play.
I won.
Bust. I'll owe you.
Always the fucking.
Why don't we
thing,
call
man.
Why don't we call it quits on the 25-cent entry fee?
I tell you what, you give Sid a wedgie at some point during this weekend, and you got yourself a deal.
Bro, I never stopped giving Sid wedgies.
You can see, as you're saying this, Jasper slides in. He's like, dudes, come on, man. Here you go. Slides you $1, Bobby Wolf, and says, hey, Anthony, man, you can pay me back whenever. It's cool.
Fine.
Jasper, you know we're just messing around, man.
Are you saying we're getting potato wedges? There's a food store over there. We go get wedges?
Chips. You can just call them chips.
Yeah, you guys can head over to the fun food shack if you fancy.
No, man, Sydney, we're not getting food yet. Babes first, food later.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So, is there anything else you guys want to do on the boardwalk, or do you want to head down towards the wailing saxophone?
Saxophone.
Cool.
Time for that.
You head down towards the beach. Again, following this sound, you get a glimpse now of this massive stage that's been built up on the beach itself, and on top of which there is a glistening, completely ripped sax player, just really going for it, wailing away up there. People are going nuts. The crowd's going for it. But as you're like walking towards it, you hear the sound of revving engines. You look across towards the beach and you can see 4 motorbikes racing across the sand as members of the crowd are scattering and diving out of their path. The bikes turn sharply, dousing a small stall in a deluge of sand before mounting the stairs and accelerating straight towards you. So they kind of come up onto the top bit of the beach and they're just coming straight at you. What do you guys want to do?
Get out of the way, man.
Yeah.
No. You got to tough it out.
These on the motorbikes, the BMXs, the skate parks get ruined all the time, man. Let's get out of their way. These guys are assholes. They cause damage.
Okay, cool. So Anthony Falcon is going to dive to one side. Who else is diving?
Yes, because those motorbikes don't look road legal.
Very much they look like dirt bikes. Absolutely they do. What about you, Bobby Wolf?
Absolutely not, man. You give them 1 inch and they'll take a fucking mile.
Standing your ground. Okay,
You stand there clotheslining people.
I love it. I will take a dexterity check out of the 3 that are diving to one side. So roll your dice, add your dexterity modifier, and tell me what you get as you try and dive out the way of these, kind of in prep for these bikes to arrive.
D20 plus that.
This is my dream. I'm playing D&D with Randy Savage. Yeah.
I get a 16.
16, yeah, you on your feet, maybe you slap the board underneath you as you go, do a little kick flip, land. Several girls look, it's really impressive.
So impressive, babes.
So impressive, bro. Sydney, how do you do, Poindexter?
1, 3, 13.
Nice.
13, not bad. Yeah, you kind of jump to one side. You don't stick a great landing, but you do manage to get out of the way, kind of stumble a bit and catch yourself before you fall over. What about you, Brian?
I got 13 too.
Oh, again, you managed to jump out the way. So you guys all kind of dart in every direction, desperately getting out of the way, but not Bobby Wolf, the man, the legend, stands his ground ready.
Toby, just before anything happens.
They're getting closer and closer towards you. You can see the eyes now of the lead driver. He is like an older teen, maybe late 20s, that kind of era. He has a bleach blonde mullet, and he's wearing a long black coat over a leather jacket. You see his slight, almost just more than a 5 o'clock shadow, and his eyes are just burning down into yours. Could you give for me a intelligence saving throw? So this is, I need you to roll your modifier. So roll your dice and add your intelligence score to it. As you feel these eyes burn into yours.
Oh dear. Oh no.
Well, my intelligence is +0, and I rolled a 4. So
Oh dear. 4+0. Cool. What's Bobby's deepest fear?
losing his hair, man.
Losing his hair. So you're standing there, you're bearing down, you've got your eyes locked onto this rider, and you're just catching a glimpse. Maybe there's like mirror, that's like reflective chrome material of the mirror. You see a glimpse of yourself, and you have no hair, just complete egg. Maybe a slight tuft of friar tuck around the edges. It's just
That's the worst thing.
just for a moment, just a glimpse of it for a moment, and then when you're back, the bike has stopped and it's dead in front of you. The rider staring you dead in the eyes. You want to move out the way?
Yeah, sure, man. You know, you should have a horn or something.
Nerve shattered, you step slightly to one side, perhaps trying to get a little dig. As you say that, use a horn, as you step, his eyes just never leave yours. Doesn't say another word. You can see behind him now, the other 3 riders have stopped. There is quite a small looking lad behind him, on the bike behind him, who is wearing a jacket very similar to mine, actually. It is a patchy tapestry coated jacket. He too has a mullet, bleached blonde, kind of curly, that falls around his boyish features. You can see there is a lady, there's a young woman. She has like messy, back-combed, crimped hair, dark gothic eye makeup, red lips. She wears a stripy mohair jumper under an oversized leather jacket and has heavy motorcycle boots on. And behind her, you can see another gentleman who he has like long black hair, thick eyeliner, and a tattoo that you can see of an all-seeing eye on his throat. He's wearing a fishnet shirt under a leather vest. Yeah, they're just kind of bearing down at you. As you step to one side, there's this moment of awkward silence. That's just this intense like gaze is upon you. And you can almost hear the sounds of the boardwalk dissipate around you in this moment of just trapped between you and him. And it's shattered with the rev of the engine as they take off, laughing, hollering, and pushing over a stall as they go past. The last one brings his hand up and clips you on the back of the head as he goes past, and they disappear off down the boardwalk, leaving you guys behind.
Yeah, you better fucking run.
You hear Jasper you hear a groan, and Jasper unfortunately did not roll as well as you guys, and ate a bit of dirt on his way down, diving out the way of these bikers. He kind of gets up, brushes himself off. Damn, man, you got nerves of steel, my man. And he kind of goes up for a bit of another one of his bro fists.
Yo, you okay? Let's get you a drink, huh?
I vote drink. I also vote we keep a distance from those assholes. If they keep kicking sand up like that, they're going to get stuck in the bearings of my board, and I'm never going to be able to drop vert again.
You'll agree to put the weird bikers behind you, and yeah, grab a drink and enjoy your evening. And you do. You head out onto the sand. The music's really kicking off now as the sun starts to set. There's booze everywhere. Like just kids are selling it on the side. They're just walking around with crates of beer, handing them out and taking a quarter for each one. The booze is flowing free. There is, once again, you probably this time don't have so much of a struggle to find some more drugs if you're looking for that kind of stuff. It's just the party's really heavy here. It's really just this amazing vibe of crowd. An entire group of people moving as one to music and all kind of on the same wavelength of really enjoying themselves in spring break. You all awake the next morning to the unmistakable throbbing brain fog of a hangover. The stench of stale beer and cigarettes hangs heavy in the air as you shield your eyes from the afternoon Californian sun. Each of you trying to piece together the events of the last night. How much did you drink? How did you get back to the hotel? Where did that traffic cone come from? These questions and more race through your head until you each independently arrive at probably the most pressing question of all. Where's Jasper?
Bro. Where is Jasper, though?
Well, I thought it. When did we last see him?
I don't remember. I don't even remember the last thing I drank.
I'm just gonna lean out the window and just be like, Jasper!
I'm gonna lean into the sink and vomit.
As long as he's not puking out the window, it's all right.
What with your head
Yeah,
out the
I already
window? With your head out the window, Bobby. Why don't you give me a perception check? So you're going to roll me your d20 and add your intelligence modifier. Sorry, your wisdom modifier.
Roll it.
I'm gonna have to change my dice. It's another fucking 4.
Yeah. You just, as you lean out, you just get a sudden dizzy head from like that horrible hangover fog just takes your vision for just a moment. You see the ground very far away, then very close, then very far away. You have to pull in, and you two feel a vomit come on.
Jasper!
What would you like to do, guys?
I gotta eat something. Is there any food here anywhere?
You can see there is on the side just the wrapper of kind of wrapped up tight. You can see on the front of it, it says Fun Food Shack. And it's just almost see-through with grease. You can see a half-eaten burger inside there next to your bed.
I'll eat that shit. I'm gonna eat that and the paper.
Smash it down.
Tony Falcon doesn't discriminate.
With your hangover, why don't you give me a constitution roll? So roll a constitution as you try and force this greasy ass burger, wrapping them all down.
8 + 2 is 10.
10, not bad. It kind of sits heavy, sits like a breeze block, almost winding you slightly from the sheer mass of this horrible burger, but you do get it in you, and I feel ever so slightly better for the sake of it.
Ever so slightly better.
Just marginally.
Now Sydney is going to go, guys. The best thing to do to help process the poisoning we have suffered from the evening revelry is to hydrate. So I'm going to go and drink as many glasses of water as I can find.
Cool. You have a little. Well, you're in America, so I would not advise you drink the tap water unless you're feeling brave. There is, however, a mini bar, so you can either drink the tap water and go for it, or you can raid the mini bar for bottles of water.
Raid the mini bar.
I do as well. I grabbed 3 little bottles of vodka, and I passed 3 out and look at him with the water and go, bloody hell, boyo.
You guys just raid the mini bar desperately. I'll tell you what, while you're all raiding the mini bar, why don't you all give me I'll have a perception check out you guys as well. So a wisdom roll and add your sorry, roll d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
Do you want me to roll again or no?
No, you're probably good for this one. You had your crack.
17, 1-7 for Sydney.
Wait, is wisdom? We're rolling. Wisdom's intelligence, yeah.
Wisdom is wisdom.
Wisdom is wisdom. I don't have wisdom. Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't have wisdom. That's why. Yeah, 12.
That's okay, Jock. Don't you worry about it,
bro.
11. I go
11. Sorry, what did Anthony Falcon get?
A 12, bro.
12. Okay, cool. So that's Sydney coming in with the highest mark. Maybe as they've found that there's vodka in here and start snatching the little bottles, you turn around chugging your bottle of water, and you notice something. You notice that Jasper's bed, because you've all got a bed in this room, is completely undisturbed. Completely and utterly undisturbed. It's still folded down from when the cleaner has come in and kind of sorted the whole thing out.
Cool.
Very much looking the same as when you arrived, in fact.
Guys, did Jasper look out last night? Did he score? Is he with a lady? Because his bed hasn't been slept in.
You know, Jazz. Anything can happen. Why don't we check downstairs with the desk and see if he came back with us?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, you guys collectively maybe throw on some clothing from whatever you might have drunkenly stripped off on your way into bed last night. Not even the brushing your teeth with mini bottles of vodka raided from the fridge, and wander down towards the lobby. As you go down the stairs, you can actually hear, as you're getting close towards the lobby, there is the sound of what sounds like an argument going on beyond the doors in the main lobby. Seems like there's a male voice which is quite irate by the sound of it.
He might be mad, but he's like literally our only source of information right now. Let's try and calm him down and ask him if he saw Jasper come home with us.
Cool. As you wander in, you can see it's actually there are two people in here. There is a young lady behind the welcome desk, and there is this man who is like leaning over. He's got quite an aggressive stance on. His fists are down on the counter, leaning in towards this lady. He goes, "And who's going to pay for the damages, huh? Come on, man! I've just finished my last payment on that ride."
Hey, yo, bro. Just take it down a level, man. We've all partied hard. Come on.
He looks back over to you, kind of. You think for a moment that aggressive stance turns. He kind of sees you guys. There's quite a few of you. A few of you are larger than he is. He kind of thinks better of this aggressive kind of nature and calms down a bit. He's like, "All right, man. I'm sorry. My car has been totaled outside in the car park, man. I just finished paying it off."
Your car got totaled? Did you drink and drive last night?
No, man. I left it. I'm working here. I left it in the car
bro.
park. I woke up this morning, trashed.
You guys have like security or somebody that would have seen something?
You turn. The lady kind of, as you address her to ask this question, looks at you kind of. I mean, like, no, we don't have security as such, but we always have someone on the desk, so yeah.
Wait, who was on the desk last night?
I'm not at liberty to tell my colleagues' names to.
Okay, no, I appreciate that. Listen. Let me tell you what's going on. We lost our friend. We're out of town. We came here on spring break. We partied last night. We woke up this morning. We all have banging headaches, and we don't know where our buddy is. So we're just wondering if he came home with us. Maybe he skipped out to get a breakfast bagel or something, and we missed him. Yeah.
Why don't you give me a charisma roll to see if you can have this conversation with her? As you guys have kind of rescued her from this aggressive person, I'm going to give you advantage on that roll. She's kind of more inclined to talk to you guys. So
17.
17.
Yeah.
Awesome roll.
Well, I mean, Brock was on the desk last night. I suppose I could give him a ring and see if he's home yet.
That would be really kind of you. That would be really, really kind of you. Yeah. We just want to know if we missed our buddy or like if we should go look for him elsewhere or just hang here for him. Like, we're not worried, but it's not like him.
She picks up the phone from the desk, punches in some numbers. You hear it waits a moment. Yeah, I got like this bunch of guys here and they're all talking about a friend. What's your friend look like?
Handsome motherfucker.
I'm going to need a little more than that, sweetheart.
Big shoulders. He wears a jean jacket over the top of a leather jacket.
Jean jacket over a leather jacket. You seen the guy?
Has a glove on, a fingerless glove.
Yeah, he's got one glove.
One glove?
Just one glove, fingerless.
All right. Yeah, no, thanks very much. What? No, I'm not covering your shift tonight, Cliff. She kind of turns back to you guys and goes, yeah, Brock says he saw your friend come in. Ginger hair, right?
That's him. Yeah.
He said that he passed out on the sofa, and she points over towards like a welcome, like those waiting areas you have in the welcome lobby. And you guys just left him there when he went up to your room. So.
Oh. So we left him on the sofa. We left him on the sofa overnight.
He said he then assumed he went upstairs to find you because he went out to use the bathroom, came back, and the guy was gone. Okay.
I'm a little bit worried because he's ginger and he left his sunscreen in the hotel room upstairs.
Oh, nightmare.
Yeah, California, babes.
What do you guys?
What do you want to do, guys? You want to go look for him, or?
Yeah, we've got it. It's Jasper. He's one of the crew.
He is your boy. He's such a tight bro, man. He's just complete legend.
Let's go find Jasper. Let's go find Jasper. Where do we start?
Where was the last place that we remember being with him?
You're gonna try and fight your way through the brain fog. Okay, why don't you give me a intelligence saving throw? So roll a d20 and your intelligence modifier, and we're going to see if you can remember anything fighting through the pounding headache of a hangover. Due to being currently very much encumbered, I'm going to say you have disadvantage on this one, I'm afraid, at the moment, due to the strength of the hangover.
Come from battling dragons to battling hangovers.
That's it.
My first roll was a 2 already, so
Nah, you got nothing. You got nothing. The last time you remember seeing Jasper, you were on the beach. That's your last. You remember him passing you a beer. You remember stabbing it with your knife, drinking, and then everything goes black.
Can Sydney go over and have a look at the sofa? Because
absolutely. Yeah, you wander over towards the sofa.
Is there residues of sand or vomit or any bodily fluids on the sofa?
Any bodily fluids?
Spores, molds, and fungus, perhaps.
So this is going to be an intelligence roll.
Yeah. Okay. 16.
Go on, Sid.
16, that's good. So, yeah, you look around. There is no bodily fluids, thankfully. It appears while Jasper laid here, he managed to keep his dignity. But you do, as you, search around on the floor next to it, you find Jasper's feather earring on the floor.
I will show the rest of the group. So I'm guessing we're not so much Goonies, but probably Loonies, and Loonies stay together.
It's true.
Dude, I've never seen Jasper without that, man.
Never.
You remember that party last summer, and it went crazy. And the one thing, he went back into that party, man, just to get that.
I mean, yeah, I remember when he went and got it done because we were all going to get our ears pierced and we all chickened out, didn't we? And he went first.
No, bro, I didn't chicken out. I had a big skate meet the next day. I couldn't risk it.
Wasn't that earring up the owner's cat's bum? It was like up a cat's bum when he decided to turn it to get it back. That's right. Yeah. I remember it was like stippled fingers for a week. Remember? He's like,
he would never leave this.
Classic Jasper.
oh, that type of pussy. Sorry, damn, borrow shit. Okay, sorry. Right, I'll just.
In classic Jasper, it is classic Jasper. You also all know that due to this, he would never ever leave this willingly. He knows when it's not there. He plays with it all the time. If it's not in his ear, he'd know about it almost instantly. It's really odd that he wouldn't have this on his person, no matter how drunk.
Can I go outside and check out the guy's totaled car just to see if there's a fingerless glove or something there?
Sure can.
Jasper's gone pure Street Fighter outside.
You ain't going to see shit, Bobby. You're going to roll another 2.
Right now, doing stuff. You head outside, and yeah, sure enough, in the car park, you can see actually there's several vehicles that have been trashed out here. But most namely, your gaze is drawn to a black muscle car. A dent in the roof and cracked windscreen, indicating that someone has driven over it with a motorcycle. Could you give me you can give me an investigation as well, so an intelligence roll, please.
Oh God.
Fighting your way through the hangover like Californians.
Oh, it's a fucking 2 again. I am gonna be back.
Burn the dice. He's got to get new dice. Has he actually got to get new dice? Amazing.
Curse dice.
This is the first. This is the first. Have you gone to? Has your D20 got to dice jail? Oh.
Across the room.
His neighbours are going to see dice flying out the window in just a moment. Does anyone else go out there with Bobby Wolf? Anyone else going out into the car park?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You can also give me this investigation. You can give me an intelligence roll as well.
Loonies stay together.
Loonies stay together.
I rolled a 2 as well, but
Unbelievable. Oh, it's a crit! Unbelievable! There it is, our first 20 of the game. Courtesy, the great and powerful.
Guaranteed our last.
I guarantee the last. Cool. In a complete flip side to the luck of the other players, you come in with your crit. You're like getting a bit closer to this muscle car. You can see like the shattered in windows, this thin dent that runs down the entire roof, along the bonnet and down the back. As you survey the damage, a piece of cardboard catches your eye in amongst the shattered remains of the tail light on the ground behind. You reach down, grab it, pick it up. You can see it's a matchbook, or the remains of one. Most of the matches have been pulled out from it. There are a few remaining, but you can see on the cover it says the words Santa Carla Cycles.
I have this like weird feeling that what's happened out here and what's happened to our boy Jasper are somehow related.
Why don't you all oh, sorry, go on.
Go on.
So with that realization, why don't you all give me an intelligence saving throw to see if you can kind of capture any memories. So everyone roll intelligence, roll the dice and add intelligence modifier.
4.
I don't know, I can't quite see that. But
Right.
So you got another crit?
Yeah.
Way.
Another routine in the house. Natty 20. Excellent.
23.
What did everyone else get?
13.
13. 4 up there. Excellent. Okay, cool. How are the new dice for you, Bobby Wolf?
Well, I rolled an 8.
That's an improvement.
On fine form. Okay, cool. So, Sydney, you're kind of that realization, that association, something out here, something to do with motorcycles, something to do with Jasper, and there's just a memory kind of hits back in again. You get this headache, and with it, a strike of images. You remember you definitely saw the bikers again later in the night, and there was some kind of argument or confrontation. You're not exactly sure, but you remember. You think Jasper stepped in between. You think maybe they were going at Bobby again for like standing up earlier.
Oh, man.
And Jasper stepped between them. You kind of remember that stepping between. And then you got nothing. It's black again. That's kind of all you get. I
will definitely pass it on. I'll go, guys. In the words of Sherlock Holmes, when you eliminate the impossible, whatever's left, no matter how improbable, is what we're looking for. And I'm getting this memory of those damned motorbikes again, and Bobby, but you antagonised them. There was a bit of a ruckus, and Jasper stood up to him. Do you not remember, guys? Do you not remember?
You guys got nothing.
I don't remember. I wish I brought my Polaroid.
Maybe an ever so slight something, but
Sid, you got it wrong, man. They antagonized us.
You say that about everybody, Bobby.
Shut up, man.
Well, I'm antagonizing you now.
It's those bikers. They maybe they know where Jasper is.
I think so.
So where do we find him, huh? Come on, brains.
The matchbook says Santa Carla Cycles.
And they rode motorbikes.
And there's tire tracks all over these cars. And Jasper's gone right by where the tire tracks are.
The game is afoot.
Are we far? Are we far from a main road, like a taxi?
You're not far from a main road. You could try and get a taxi. Absolutely. You'd need to go back in and ask the desk for it. Call one in, or you can walk it. There is on the back of the matchbook. You can see there is a map for how to get to Santa Carla Cycles.
I think I prefer to walk slowly than get in any kind of automobile today. My stomach is feels slightly delicate. Maybe the fresh sea air will do us some good. Clear the heads.
Cool. The map tells you that Santa Carla Cycles is kind of just slightly up, away from the water, kind of where the ground gets a little higher. There is a bit of a winding road that leads its way up, slightly up this hill, and until you're not quite the outskirts of town, but a little bit, where Santa Carla Cycles is. You guys grab whatever it is you want. Is there anything particular of your stuff you want to grab with you on your way out of the hotel, or are you just heading off?
My rucksack, my skateboard. My rucksack's got like basic skateboard tools in it: a wrench, a screwdriver, some spare ball bearings, some stickers, and a pot. And did I bring my Polaroid?
I need something to read. I'll have the comic book rolled up in my back pocket.
Nice.
Vampires everywhere rolled up in your back pocket. Very nice.
Yeah, I've still not read it, but it's something to read for later.
Hey man, you're too busy partying. That's fair. It's fair.
I got a bottle opener, a plectrum, and that little knife that I punched the can with.
Yeah, just a little, like, it's a legal knife. It's a legal knife. You're cool, but
Yeah.
like, it's a legal one. But yeah, you've got a little knife. Yeah. What about Brian?
I've got my lovely set of tap shoes on.
Yes, your tap shoes.
They're quite dangerous in my world.
Are you walking down the boardwalk in tap shoes and speedos?
It's a look. It is a look.
You know, if you have to roll for stealth.
Unbelievable.
Routine.
You just pull your leg warmers down so they're over the taps, and then you stealth in.
Exactly. I've got my taps on.
Listen, between the taps and the speedos, if they don't see you coming, they'll fucking hear you coming.
Yeah.
Well, they will see him, and then they won't want to see him after that.
Excellent. Well, then, in which case, you guys head off, equipped tap shoes, knives, skateboards, and comic books in hand. Takes a little while to get there. It's going to take the best part. Maybe it takes about an hour or so of wandering, maybe slightly less. But eventually the road twists in a hairpin bend before leveling out. This tree line that's built up around you gives way to a small parking lot that stands before a worn-looking garage. The clash and scrape of metal against metal shudders in the air as a heavy-set man drags an iron shutter down across a large garage window. As you approach, a floodlight mounted on the roof bursts into life, cutting through the glow of the now setting Californian sun. It's about late afternoon by the time you get here. And you can see this guy, really large bloke, pulling down this shutter over his shop window. There is a big sign at the top that says Santa Carla Cycles. You very much have made it here.
Hey, yo, buddy. Yo, dude. Hold up.
He turns to look at you as you guys approach. You can see he is probably late 50s, early 60s if he's a day. He has long, dark hair that's like peppered with grey streaks and a short, shaggy beard. A very rotund frame that's brought about by a probable love of beer and meat, you would guess by looking at him. He seems to be in good shape though. Like, although he's got like that big gut and a large frame, his arms look powerful. Years of lifting motorcycles parts, no doubt, have bestowed him a good strength. Yeah. What do you kids want?
Hey, you haven't seen our buddy, right? Like ginger hair, one glove, missing an earring.
Son,
He's
got
really
no
cool.
idea what you're talking about.
All right.
Can I help you? You need a motorcycle?
It's not that we need a motorcycle, but we think we're looking for somebody with a motorcycle.
He kind of turns and looks at you. You want to be more specific, son?
I don't know, man. We had beef with some, I don't know, biker dudes on the beach last night. And then there's one of our friends missing, and they've trashed up the hotel car park where we're staying. We found a book of matches. It says it says Santa Carla Cycles on it. So, we thought, so when you leave, we'd come here.
As you say this, you see some of the colour leave this man's face. He's got that classic weather-beaten, tanned repeatedly over and over again, giving an almost leathery look to his features. But you see that colour drain out just a bit. He goes a little white as you say these things. He kind of looks at you all.
I pass him a little, my little bottle of whiskey. I can see his face.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you, takes the bottle of whiskey, says, "You kids better come inside." And he kind of pushes the grate back up ever so slightly, so it's like half up the door, pushes the door and gestures for you guys to go in.
Can I roll a perception check or something just to have it? Because I like to do geeky things every so often, just to see if there's anybody behind us.
Yes, you can indeed, absolutely.
I'm really paranoid, like.
Is that as you're spinning on your tap shoes?
I rolled 2.
Roll 2. With a 2, you look around and there's no one behind you. It's fine. You look back, you can see this car park kind of overlooks the drop of the hill that leads back down into Santa Carla. You can see the roller coaster is now kicking into life. Some of the lights down there are flickering on in anticipation of the night. But yeah, you don't see anyone else. It's just you guys up here and this large gentleman. Come on.
I'm gonna put my hand in my pocket to try and grab my knife, and instead grab my plectrum and just like hold my plectrum in my hands and be like.
The guy just looks at you like an eyebrow raises. Just.
Sid's going in.
Hey, he just dunks down and goes in. This is like
no reason not to trust anybody. Yep, okay.
Nice, you wander in, and the rest of you file in. You find yourself in a classic mechanics waiting room. There is, there's detailing of like motorcycle brands and stuff like that. There's a tire in the middle of the room that's got a glass sheet over it, doubling as a table. With lots of coffee rings on it and stuff like that. The guy walks up to you and kind of gestures towards a seat, pulls one out himself and sits his large frame down. As he does, you hear a slight creaking from the chair as he sits down on it. My name's Hank. What are yours?
Sydney, pleased to meet you, Hank.
Brian.
Hey, Hank, I'm Tony Falcon.
Bobby.
Wish I could say it was a pleasure to meet you all, but seems you come to me in a spot of trouble. Tell me, these bikers you roughing up with, they don't happen to look like 4 of them, kind of rockish attire, mullets, and got a lady with them.
That's exactly what they look like.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to level with you now. Your friend's probably dead. You better just get the fuck
Jasper.
out of there. Sorry, what was that?
Jasper, dead? No.
I mean,
What would make you say such a thing?
Sorry, you're glitching out there, my man. Say again.
What would make you say such a thing?
Those kids you're talking about, they're no good, I tell you. And what's more, they're dangerous. There's something unnatural about them. They can make you see things that ain't there. They can You see, he kind of shakes his head. First time I met their leader, David, I think his name is. He picked me up and threw me through the window, like I weighed no more than a bag of sugar.
Through a window?
Through the window. And he gestures towards, you can see the large shop window that is again half covered by this shutter. They come here occasionally, hooting and hollering. I fix up their bikes so they don't put me in the ground. I'm sure they have many others. You want my advice, kids? You get the fuck out of Santa Carla while the sun is up anyhow.
Man, I think we ain't leaving without Jasper.
No, dude.
No way.
He's always got us, man. We can't leave him.
Right?
He's got the rest of the weed.
Even if there is the slimmest chance. What did he do? The next party, next summer, Jasper's coming around and he's like, oh, hey, guys, remember that fucking time you left me in Santa Carla, you dumb bitches?
Loonies stick together.
Loonies stick together. Will you stop pushing with that Loonies branding?
He's got t-shirts.
We're just bros, bro.
Bros don't bail.
Bros don't bail.
You see Hank's face kind of stiffens as it becomes apparent that you guys will not be leaving. You won't be going without your friend. He said, well, don't say I didn't warn you. It's spring break. I imagine those boys will be where the party's at. If you're dead set on finding your friend, you should check the Carousel Bar on the boardwalk.
The Carousel Bar? Can you give us a ride there?
Nope. I don't go out after sundown.
You don't go out after sundown.
You got a skin condition.
He kind of just sighs and walks towards the door, pulls it open, so you guys can shimmy out.
As we walk out, can I look at him and see if he's like, does he look ill?
Ill. Why don't you give me I'll take a wisdom check for that, I think. Oh, I guess, or intelligence. You can choose. Your choice.
And 0 on both. 14 again.
14 total, though, is not bad. He doesn't look unwell, per se. He looks disheveled slightly, like he doesn't take great care of himself. He has that unmistakable kind of red nose and slightly sunken eyes of someone who drinks often. Above all else, he currently looks scared. There is a sharp, apparent fear in his eyes, despite his large frame and kind of rough demeanour.
That's Bobby's plectrum, that is, scaring him.
Plectrum's doing it, yeah.
Once those guys have all gone out, I want to be the last one to go through. Then I'm going to, once they've gone, they'll be like, hey man, like, you said they make you see things, right? And I, like, is that the fucking future or something?
I don't know, kid. I ain't worked it out yet. I hope not. Else there's going to be some eyeballs in my coffee sometime soon.
Fuck, man. I don't want to be bald.
The door closes behind you on that one. Yeah, you guys head back out of the shop. You can see the sun is now very much in the setting phase. The last light of the day is casting up quite beautifully across the ocean and the landscape beneath you. As you make your way back into town, where are you guys headed?
Carousel Bar.
You're headed to the Carousel Bar, okay.
Wait, do we need to eat first? We can eat at the Carousel Bar.
Cool.
I want to drink with sparklers in.
Say again?
You want to drink with what?
Sparklers in.
Fuck yeah.
You're going to get a drink and sparklers. Good idea. Good idea. It is pina colada weather. It is pina colada weather. I can see you all desperately resisting the urge to sing the song. Thank you very much.
We were so much.
Cool. You guys make your way back down. There's the sun drops below the horizon as you make your way back into town, replaced by the flickering glow of the intermittent street lamps that lead you back to the boardwalk. Despite the warmth of the Californian evening air, a cold chill runs down your spines as you turn off the main stretch and head towards where you know the carousel bar to be. You actually, all of you quite collectively remember you went there quite early on the previous night. There is this bar set up in the middle of a carousel, slowly rotating with kind of tables and seating akin to carriages and that kind of stuff.
It's the one with the barmaid.
Say again?
You know, it's the one with the barmaid with a big.
That's the one. That's the one.
Personality.
With a bit of luck, she'll be there again tonight. You wander towards it, and as you're kind of coming through, you're taking maybe like a back route that gets towards this part of the boardwalk, and you just feel this kind of shiver, this cold presence behind you as you kind of cut through this small like section of shops that are yet to be open. There's like this these stalls that are all set out and kind of not quite ready to open tonight. All the shutters are still down. You can hear the odd bit of noise inside as people are prepping their wares. But oddly, there isn't many people around. There's basically no one here. Could everyone give me I'll have a perception check out of everyone. So roll and add your wisdom modifier, please. I hear the unmistakable laughter of failure coming from Sydney there.
Oh, it was the opposite. It's second 20 for Sydney.
Oh, man's on
no
we got
fucking
another
way.
crit.
Hold on, has Brian got a sweat? Have we got 2 crits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Nice.
I thought I rolled well by rolling an 11.
By your standards, Bobby, that is good.
That's a D12.
We're all proud of you. We're all proud of you.
Bobby's getting over his hangover well.
2 crits. Oh, wow.
With the double crit, though, you're going to get some secret information. You hear behind you, but there's a sound. It's not quite behind. It's behind, and it's up. It's a sound of footsteps. They're like moving quite quickly. It draws your gaze upwards, and you look up just in time to see a shadow jump from the top of one of these like stalls to another and disappear into the darkness. Just this above you.
Batman.
It's quite Batman-esque. Justice.
Maybe it was a skater
Popping around.
doing some rad transfers.
You guys
No, seriously, guys, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. Look like Batman. Guys,
As
Batman.
you can hear, as you like repeating Batman, you actually get laughter. You hear laughter coming from behind one of these stalls. As into like this stretch,
Robin.
giving away his position, you see a person step out from the shadows. They are someone you will recognise. It is the shorter of the bikers, wearing the tapestry jacket, the kind of curly bleach blonde mullet pushed back. He's biting at his nail and laughing as he walks out. You guys been asking a lot of questions.
We only been asking one question, bro. Where's our friend?
And now where's Batman?
What was that? Sorry?
And now where's Batman?
Two very important questions. The biker laughs at you. He kind of bites his thumb again. Yeah. Wasn't smart, you know, going to chat to the hanged biker dude. told you all about us, I'm sure. You see, he's walking towards you. It's really quite, despite his short stature, he's got a really menacing vibe about him.
I waggle my finger at him and I say, you know, my father is a very distinguished solicitor. My mother is American, but my dad is British. It's old English money. And let me tell you, when he is about to be disgusted, where is my friend? Now, I got to be honest with you. I'm actually from downtown Detroit. And I've made all that up. I get the roll advantage on deception rolls.
Nice. Yeah, do it. So give me a deception roll. So you give me your charisma. You can take the advantage, roll it twice, and give me the highest to try and intimidate him with the long, hard dick of the law, apparently.
Yeah. We're going to intimidate a potential vampire.
Is it
17.
Oh,
17.
I can see a dance, but I can't hear the words. What did you
17.
get? 17, very good. As you say it, although you don't seem to get any kind of like fear response out of him, you do engage him. He very much wants to talk to you as you kind of spout out this slightly threatening talk about your father. He engages with you. His eyes lock onto you specifically, and he walks towards you as you step a bit further forward.
And I let out a little bit of weed.
just a little. He kind of looks at you. Your friend is hanging with us now. And if you knew what was good for you, you'd leave. Forget about him. Enjoy your spring break, man. And then go home.
He's going to want his earring. He never goes anywhere without his earring.
Can you... why don't you give for me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh, crap. I got a 9.
9. You're holding out the earring quite close to him. Maybe you guys are almost pinching him slightly as he's come closer and closer into your group. You hold out the earring, and just lightning fast, the guy's hand comes out, grabs the earring from you, almost so quick you don't see him move. It is shocking. And he's just dangling it.
Almost like he travels through time. But that's later in his career.
Kind of. Quite close. If we want to get that pop
Hey.
Missing his friend.
Hey, yo, man. That's not yours. That's not fucking cool.
Don't worry, man. I'm going to return it. Why? You got a problem with it?
I step through and I go, that's theft. That's theft, that is.
Oh, yeah? And what are you going to do about it?
I take a step back and I push Bobby forward.
At this moment of him pushing me, I want to use that extra propulsion to basically like rugby tackle him to the ground to try and grab it.
Excellent. In which case, gentlemen, you are initiating a fight. I will let you get this in first, and then after which we're going to roll initiative for combat. Cool. So, why don't you, as you're getting a push from your man, I'm going to say you're getting an assist on this one. We'll say you can have advantage for your attack. So you're going to give me a strength roll just to absolutely grab him. He's not quite expecting you to come at him quite quickly. So we'll say you can have the advantage on it.
Come on, Bobby.
That was an 11.
11.
That's 12 in total.
Is that your highest?
That was an 11 as well. So that's 12 in total.
12 in total. Okay. You are rolling like a shot, my man. I'm so glad. We've lost one.
Where's he gone?
Ah! The moment of combat.
The vampires took him.
The what? No such thing. No such thing. Cool. As you, we're just going to crack on. He'll pop back in. You can hear us anyway normally. So, yeah. So as you kind of dive forward, you go to grab him, and as you do, he's just not there. You grab around for this rugby tackle, and he's just not there anymore. You look up, and although you're off balance leaning forward, he's standing just maybe 5 feet beyond. He's just, maybe you misjudged it. I don't know, it's weird. And he's smiling, and his eyes are locked directly at yours. Right, we're going to combat, guys. So everyone's going to roll me initiative. For those watching at home, anyone who doesn't play any kind of tabletop role-playing games, when we roll for initiative, it's basically working out the turn order for combat, so not everyone's just shouting at once saying what they want to do. We roll our d20s, 20-sided dice. You add your dexterity modifier, so how quick you are to jump into a fray, and the order then will give us kind of whoever gets highest to lowest for who acts first. I'm also going to be rolling for your new friends.
I'm loving the characterizations, by the way. That's quality stuff there from the DM.
Oh, I'm sure you are too kind. Trying to butter me up for another plot point. I know what you're about. I know what you're about. I know what you're doing. Flattery will get you everywhere, sir. Cool. So I'm going to ask, basically, I'll just ask numbers down, and whenever I've got your number, put your hand up. Okay, so did anyone get above a 20? Anyone get a 20, including their dex? No? Anyone get above 15?
17.
Oh, we got some shouts going on. Okay, who got the highest out of you guys? I'll just go down. Hand up when it's yours, okay? So 19, 18, 2 18s. There we go.
Roll our age, bro. Roll our age.
We're jumping straight in, followed swiftly by the theatre kid. Okay, cool. So which one of you guys has the higher dexterity? What's your dexterity, guys?
0.
Both 0. Okay, who would like to go first?
Go for it, Tony.
Anthony Falcon's coming up the front there then. So Anthony,
How close am I to him?
you are probably about 10 feet away. Give me just a sec to write this all down, and then we'll be there. So Anthony, followed by Bobby, followed by Brian. What did our Poindexter get? Sydney, what score did you get?
11. 1-1.
11. Oh dear. Cool. Excellent. So, combat has begun. You guys, classic role-playing style. You guys can have a standard action, which is like to attack and stuff like that. You get a movement action to move, get yourself closer or back away from someone, or cheese it if you fancy it. And you can also have a bonus action to do something minor, like getting something out of your pocket, say a few words, that kind of stuff. Cool. So we're going to go with Anthony first. Anthony, you're up. What would you like to do? Bobby, you're on deck for the next turn.
Dude, I jump on my skateboard and I head straight towards him, and I do like a kicky thing. I get my skateboard to kick him in the balls.
A kicky thing, skateboard kicking the balls. It's a classic move. I'm pretty sure I used to do that one on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. It's just great. Cool. All right then, Anthony. Why don't you roll me? We're going to do, I guess this is an attack. I see what you're doing. You're trying to make it skateboard related so that you are getting your advantage on the hit there. I will let it fly. So roll with your advantage because you're a skater with your mad talents. The only skater to ever get a scholarship from it.
Okay, so I got 3 plus 3 is 6.
Is that your highest?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, you jump on your board, you do your little kicky, and as you go to hit with the bollocks, the board comes out from underneath you, hits the ground, and skirts off to the side of the street. You see it, bam, hits into a metal post that's part of the framework for one of these stalls. The guy doesn't even seem to notice that you were doing that. Like he doesn't even look at you. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Crawl away.
You back up a bit, yeah. You don't even get close enough. With a roll that bad, you don't really even get close enough to proper engage with this guy, and you kind of shimmy slightly back away out of range from him. Cool. Nice. Bobby, what would you like to do? You're standing there, you've gone to grab, you look up and the guy's ahead of you. His just eyes are burning down into yours.
All right. Just charge at him again.
He's running and going, have another crack at it. Cool, yeah. He's only 5 foot ahead of you, so it's basically just a jump forward. Give me an attack roll, or are you trying to grapple him, or are you trying to like hit him?
Hit him. More than
Try and
grappling.
You're coming in for a punch. So yeah, roll the d20 and add your strength for that kind of that slam.
Uh-oh.
What do we get?
That is a
Oh.
You know what? With that crit fail, I'm gonna take a free attack on you as you get too close to it. You run it, you're off balance. You're trying to like keep it moving. Maybe you can keep the momentum of your stumble to bring in an uppercut. As you do, he just brings a fist down on top of your head. Bang. So what is your armor class? It should be written on your character sheet. For those who haven't played RPGs before, an armor class is basically how hard it is or easy it is to hit someone. And when we're rolling to attack, we have to beat the armor class of our opponent. Right? Nice and simple. So, Bobby, what is your armor class?
13.
13. So he has rolled a 16, I'm afraid. So he brings his fist down and hits you in the head. Can you please take for me 7 points of bludgeoning damage as he just socks you so hard in the jaw you feel a tooth crack as it connects. It is immensely strong, like unbelievable how strong this guy is as it connects to your jaw. Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to try and do?
Roll away and wince and look at him whilst muttering something about him being a bitch. I don't know.
Cool. He's already used his reaction to kind of like to get this hit off on you from your crit fail. So I'm gonna say he's not gonna attack you as you leave again. He's already done it. So you get hit in the jaw, and as your head turns, is that classic splatter of spittle comes out, and you turn away, rolling to one side, kind of leaning up against one of these stools at the edge, grabbing onto a pole and taking a deep breath as this ache just runs up your jaw into your ears and just rekindles that hangover headache instantly. Cool. Brian, what would you like to do?
Kick him in the head.
Nice.
Blast dance style.
Now, I got my dad. My dad hated the fact that I went to ballet for so many years. Despised it. Wanted me to go and play soccer. But now he's not saying that, is he? No, he's not. Because as I lightly tiptoe up to him, pirouette on the spot, and clunk him around the side of it. Vindication.
Bam! Using your unbelievable ballet talents, you swing. Can you roll to hit them, please? I will take your dexterity for that, seeing as you're tiptoeing around. Or you can have your strength if you want, but I think your dexterity is better, isn't it? So.
Ooh. 14 again. Come on,
14 again.
Yeah.
That is not going to do it. Although you beautifully leap over one of your friends, as Bobby kind of peels to one side, doing a perfect splits in the air. You land, jump, spin. You feel your foot connect, and it's like you just kicked a wall. Just he doesn't flinch, he doesn't move. Bam, and you come down onto the floor. It's shocking. Shocking. Anything else you want to try and do? You've had to move to close that gap. So I'm saying you've used your movement, you've used your attack. So unless there's anything else you want to do, Brian?
Well, I'm not very intelligent. So I'm not going to say anything. But I am quite charismatic. So I'm just going to look him in the eye and go, who's a big boy then?
You're gonna flirt. Gonna flirt with the Brian.
A little bit. Now.
Let's take a charisma roll, shall we?
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm in for that. Oh, 5.
5. Yeah, he doesn't seem to notice. Flirt as you might, his attentions are very much still tracked, you think, on Bobby. Cool. It is his turn.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit indeed, sir. With almost blinding, uncanny speed, he moves, and he is just on top of you, Bobby. He is on top of you. He swings aggressively with his hands, and as he does, you feel just a tear across your shirt. Like, is this guy got a knife or something? Like, it's just sharp. You feel instant warm as just red seeps into your shirt. As he slashes at you with something sharp. Can you please take for me 8 points of slashing damage.
Fuck. Wolfie, what was your HP? 20.
He comes around with his other hand to try and do something again, like you see, like his fist falling around, come towards your head. But as you clutch your bleeding torso, you duck, and he just misses. As he misses, you see his fist. You hear a twang of metal as his fist connects with one of these metal posts holding up these stools, as I said, and it just buckles under the strength of his punch. You see it bend. This thick metal post bends in, leaving an imprint shape of a knuckle mark. Bam! As he misses your head and instead hits the metal.
What
Cool. Next up is Sydney. What would you like to do?
Sydney's no use in a fight whatsoever, but he's feeling upset. I guess we're in the middle of the stalls. He's going to look round, see if there's anything to grab to try and even the fight up, like a bar, a bat on any of the stalls, or if the hammer's close by.
Okay, I see where you're at. I like it. Why don't you give me an investigation? Give me an intelligence roll to see what we can find here.
Oh, so I rolled a 19, and that's 3 as well. So 22.
Wonderful
22.
roll.
Mate, unbelievable. So you're looking around. You see there was like a shutter down on one of these stalls. You put your hand in, lift it slightly. There's an air rifle here. It's one of those like shooting games that fire at the ducks. There's an air rifle. It is chained to the desk. But you can grab it, you open, and it's loaded. There's one in it. Unbelievable.
Oh, yes. I guess I'll wait till next round to be able to fire it. But
no, I'm going to say you haven't really moved around much. I'd say you can try and peel a shot off of that if you want.
Yes.
So bonus movement to get there, bonus to grab it. Fire! Have you ever used it before?
No. But
okay. Have you ever? I'm going to just remind you to make sure, guys, have a look at your special abilities.
I guess, yeah. Could he have read a book about it?
I mean, you knew you were going to somewhere where there is arcades and stuff, so maybe you've read theories on how to rig arcade games. Or
I think I'm going to take that, GM, because I rolled a natural 1 first. So
okay. Are you sure? Because if not, I'd really like to shoot Bobby with that bullet.
How did Bobby die? I got a shot in the...
I mean...
Cool, so you can take your advantage and roll again then, my man.
Okay, so that was a 16.
16 hits! You fire! It fires out and strikes this guy. You hear kind of he doesn't actually wince at this thing. It seems to disappear into the jacket, and you see it peels up slightly, but then just shakes it off. Why don't you give me? You can roll me 2d6, please, for damage.
7.
And we'll say again.
7.
7, lovely. And we'll give you. This thing's got a bit of smite to it anyway, so we'll give it a +2 as well. So we say that's 9. 9 points of damage. Fire out, strike this guy. You see he winces ever so slightly, but nothing in the face, and he straightens back up again as if nothing happened.
Cool. Bobby, that was nearly you.
Oh, it's so close. Like at the last minute that you're pointing it, you go to fire, and you see Bobby moves across. You wait 1 extra second and then fire, like it was inches from his arse. Cool. Nice work, Sydney. First one to land a successful hit. Cool. Unbelievable. We're back up to the top. That's Anthony. What would you like to do?
So I think my skateboard's rolled away from me. My instinct.
You can go get it if you want, but it'll take your.
My instinct would be to pick up the skate. My instinct would be to pick up the skateboard and whack him over the head with the scrapey bit.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you run forward, you grab the skateboard. I'll tell you what, if you're trying to grab it and move and hit him with it, why don't you give me a dexterity roll to grab your skateboard on the fly as you're running to, like round, you know what I mean? So if you get a good enough dex, I'll let you do it in one go. If not, you can grab your skateboard this turn and go for the hit next turn.
I got an 8.
An 8. It's not going to do it, I'm afraid. You guys are not
next
doing
time.
well tonight.
It's nice to see that Bobby's rubbing off on all of you.
You trip ever so slightly. You manage to grab your skateboard, but you have to like right yourself, and by the time you turn around with it, he's moved. Like you're just not quick enough.
No worries, yeah.
But you do have your skateboard back again, and you're kind of around slightly from this biker. You guys have literally only rolled below 10 in crits. That's it. Amazing. Bobby,
it's normal for us.
Back up. You are bleeding, my man. You've just seen this swing come above your head as you duck down and bend this metal pole next to you with a punch. What would you like to do?
You're going to look down and be like, the fuck, man? You don't damage a guy's band shirt. The fuck is wrong with you? And I'm going to just like back up rather than try and attack him because I'm pretty badly injured.
So why don't you tell the audience how many hit points did you start on?
I started on 20, I believe.
And how many do you have now?
I have 5 hit points left.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
So you're going to try and back away from this guy, yeah?
Yeah, just try and basically just try and keep his attention on me rather than anyone else. So somebody like they may get the jump on him, maybe.
Okay. So why don't you give me a charisma roll to try and like keep his attention as you're not going into the attack, not quite peeling away, but trying to like almost square up, kind of keep that focus drawn on you. So why don't you give me a charisma roll to do that?
10.
Oh my god. There it is. 10. Okay. You think he's looking sure.
Quick question. The plot points you mentioned at the start, can we just play them on our go?
Say again?
Can we just play the plot points on our turn?
You can pop your plot point out whenever you want, my man.
Because I'm remembering this one time I was at the skate competition and I'd been really badly injured. I fell off the ramp and my parents told me that I wasn't allowed to do any more skating competition. I came home with like teeth missing and a broken arm and a broken leg, a broken nose. I was busted up real bad. My parents told me that I wasn't allowed to go to any more skate competitions unless I did a first aid course. So I did a first aid course, and I may have forgotten to mention earlier, but obviously because I skate all the time, I have my first aid kit in my backpack. So
of course you do. Of course you do. Yeah, you give me your plot point. That I'm more than happy to say that you are first aid trained and have a little kit on you.
And I want to help. I want to help Wolfie over there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like it. Cool. You're gonna. Okay. You run over to him. You're gonna need to use your turn to. What are you gonna try and do? Like bounce
Yeah,
him
that's
up,
fine.
like,
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Up on this fight.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'll use my turn.
Okay, cool.
I'll use my
you
turn.
duck down low, start wrapping a bandage around him. Why don't you give me a what's a medicine check? Wisdom. Give me a wisdom check to see how well.
I haven't got any wisdom. I'm a skater. I rolled a 1.
Unbelievable. You know what? Crit fail, yeah? Crit fail. Okay, cool. Why don't you roll me a D4?
Huh? Roll you a D4.
Bobby's going to lose health.
I rolled a 4.
Roll a 4.
Roll a 4 and D4.
Excellent. You go to, as you like duck behind, you're in the middle of a fight, mate. Now is not the time for first aid. You kind of reach round to try and bandage him. He kind of jumps forward at the shock of you arriving, and your thumb just goes into the cut on his chest. You just
like,
blood pour against
yeah, that's right.
Bobby, can you
Hold me back, Tony!
Bobby, will you please take me 4 points of damage?
No! No! My post degree to healing plot point failed miserably.
But you still got it. We can use it later. The plot point's a good thing, but that was a crit fail, I'm afraid. And failure must be punished. Cool.
I'm so sorry, Bobby.
That's Anthony's go. Bobby, what would you like to do, mate?
Oh no, I think it was my go. He used his plot point, right?
Yeah, it was his go.
Oh no,
I
you're
jumped
absolutely
into
right.
his,
You're absolutely right. No worries.
I jumped into his coach right now.
Brian.
Brian, you're up.
Wicked. I want to kick him in the head again.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. Give
But
me that
this
next
time-
roll, man.
This time, there was as a couple of years ago. I know we're now in 1986, but already a film called The Karate Kid has come out and is on the TV, and I'm like, arms up in the air, wah! And I chop him in the head with my fucking tap shoes. Fuck him.
Nice. Roll to hit, my man.
Oi! 18. That's fucking good, that is. 18.
18. Now, tap shoes, let's not forget, have metal on the bottom of them. Like, that is not to be trifled with. Yeah, you kind of tippy-tappy, arms up, whack, you're going for the kick. Why don't you roll me, you got your metal shoes on, why don't you roll me a D8?
Oh, you can come again. Right.
Bam!
6.
How much do you get?
6.
6. Lovely. Yeah, you kick. What? As you do, you bring your foot. It just squarely plants in the center of this guy's face. It is the perfect hit. You know, you nailed it. Absolutely nailed this thing. But as you kick again, you feel this solid wall as your metal hits his face. As you kind of push off to jump back, land, look up, and you can just see he's unfazed. Like, not even a drop of blood from his nose. Not even a drop of blood.
I let out a little bit more wee.
Say again?
I let out a little bit more wee.
Just a bit more wee.
It's just going. You know, the patch, it started off as, oh, is it? And now it's gone to, oh, it is.
It's a self-defense mechanism.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like a possum. You just have to evacuate, play dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you kick him in the face, let out a little bit of wee, and it is his turn. You know what? You just kicked him. You just kicked him. I'm going to say you got his attention. So, Brian, you watch as this guy turns to you and just reaches out. Again, this blinding speed is on top of you. What is your armor class? And
My
does
armor
an 18 get you?
I'm only 13. 1-3.
1-3. Okay. He grabs you. He doesn't go for like a straight attack. He's not trying to get you with whatever's sharp. He's not trying to punch you. He grabs you. His arm comes out and grasps you by the throat. And he moves. He's behind you. He's on you. And he holds you close in this vice-like grip. You now see, guys, as you're looking, and the street lamp flickers on to show this scene. The darkness of the sky now night sky vaporizing. And you can see that his hand, he's not holding anything sharp. There is long, black-looking talons where fingernails should be. You watch in horror as this biker's face transforms into a hellish visage. His features become angular and monstrous. His eyes turn a bloodshot yellow. As his grasp tightens around your friend, he pushes Brian's head to one side, grabbing him by the hair, exposing his neck. With a demonic laugh, he opens his mouth wide, revealing two wicked-looking fangs. But before he can bite down, you hear a cry out from behind you. Eat holy water, death breath! From the shadow behind you emerged the two boys in pseudo-military clothing, unleashing a deluge of water from brightly coloured plastic pistols. This foul creature lets out a howl of anguish as the water splashes on his face, burning the skin like acid. He throws Brian to the ground before flying straight up in the air in front of you and disappearing into the darkness above. There's a moment's silence as you all just take in what the fuck just happened. This kid This kid says, one day we're going to smoke that bloodsucker. And that's where we're going to take a break, guys.
Amazing.
Great fun. Killing it, Toby. Killing it.
Awesome.
So we're going to take a little break here, guys. Let's take, how long do we reckon we want? What time are we on? Let's give ourselves, how long do you need? 5-10? What do you want, boys?
5's good.
Yeah, 5's good.
5's good, yeah. 5 for
Take
the
5
load.
minutes, refill glasses, enjoy more delicious pizza that you cooked at home, and have a wee. And we will see you all in 5 minutes or so.
Wicked.
Wicked.
Awesome.
Hey!
Hi, campus.
All feel better for your brother?
Yes, thank you.
No worries. How are you all doing so far? You enjoying yourselves?
Yeah, man, it's wicked.
It's sick.
Amazing.
It's a great game.
I moved us all around to put you in the middle.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. Love that.
Do the nail bite again.
If you kind of sit up like that, if you kind of put your head there, the top of your head can be the.
Ah. Try and kind of lower it in like.
Yeah.
Sick.
Good, I'm glad you enjoyed yourselves. Well, should we jump straight back in on it?
Let's go.
Excellent. How's the pizza, by the way, boys?
Pizza's amazing.
Thank you, Lost Boys Pizza, for delivering all the way up here to the Midlands.
Imagine that. National Vampire Pizza Delivery. The future is now.
Unbelievable.
I say from 1987.
Future will be now when we go back to the normal time.
Whenever you look at 1987, it always looks futuristic.
Better dress sense.
Just baby oil in public, generally. It's never going to be a bad idea, right? Just go and Tesco, Mum. Where's my cod piece?
Hey, man, that's what Brian does.
Classy. It's a classy look.
Amazing.
Cool.
Oh.
All right, well, let's jump back in. So you have just been saved by the two boys that you met in the comic book shop earlier.
Thank God.
Earlier that day. You've seen a monstrous transformation happen in the face form of this biker as they definitely were about to take a bite out of your friend. You can hear as this stern, this shocked silence that has gripped you all is broken by a demonic laugh that just echoes around you all. You can just hear it ringing through the night, almost like it's coming from multiple directions at once. That same laugh belonging to the biker who just disappeared, flying straight up into darkness. You can see the two younger boys are holding their pistols close to themselves and looking around, kind of pseudo-military style, scoping out areas back to back, looking around. One of them turns to you, the one that's wearing this bandana, and says, "You better come with us if you want to live." And they start running.
Will someone pick up Bobby? Let's run.
Bobby's there, he's alive, he's limping, but he's alive on 1 HP. A heroic 1 HP.
I get my skateboard and I put it underneath his feet and then put him over my shoulder and run with his feet on the wheels.
Nice.
And your hand still in the open wound.
Yeah.
Just for safety, to grip on tight. Yeah, that's it.
Don't worry, I've got my first aid kit. I'll patch you up nice, I promise.
You guys run following these two young boys, and you know where they're taking you. Actually, the direction is very obvious. As you break out, you do come out next to this carousel bar. You turn, go along the boardwalk, and you're headed back towards where you know the comic book shop now. You see ahead of you, they run in through the door, holding it open for you guys to run in. And as you run in, they shut the door behind you. You see several, like a ludicrous amount of locks and catches down the door. Chains and bars and keys. And they both get 2 keys out at the same time, put them together. It makes 1 key for one of the locks. And then they both separate, run and look out the windows, kind of scouting the street to see if you've been followed. What do you guys want to do? You're in the comic book shop. It's lit in here, but it's like just one light in the far corner. You can see those 2 hippies are still passed out on the sofa.
Okay, I run up to the hippies and I check them for drugs. That's the first thing I do.
Okay, first thing you do, you're going to rob the hippies. Absolutely. Yeah. As you get closer, there is a stink of weed. Give me a investigation check. You can either use your wisdom to follow your nose or your intelligence to know where they'd stash it.
16.
16. Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely easy. They've got one of those little like pouches, the little like pseudo Native American looking leather brown kind of pouches with little tassels hanging from it. You open that bad boy up, you take out a pair of circular purple sunglasses, discard those, and sure enough, a nice bag of weed is sitting there inside that bag.
I look at the circular round sunglasses, and I put them straight on, and then I look over at Bobby, and I go, right then, Rambo, what shit's going down now?
Bobby, you are in a lot of pain. You are bleeding out. You look down, and actually you notice where you thought it was one slash originally, like one cut. You can actually see as you move the blood to one side and like tear through the hole it's made in your chest, in your shirt. There are 3 scratch marks as these fingernails have very much. You see that 3 of them have caught you and dragged, making quite large gashes on your torso.
Fuck, man. Talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my God, Bobby, we've got to get you patched up. And I shall go and slap my hand on the cuts because it's direct pressure. I've read about it.
What have you read about, sorry?
Read about applying direct pressure to wounds.
Excellent. Of course you have. Yeah, you know what to do. There is a definite. It's not like pumping. There's no artery being hit here, but there definitely some veins and it seeps out. You put some pressure onto it. On that. You can feel like. Sorry, go on.
Are we in a comic book store?
You are in a comic book shop. Yeah.
Well, I look around and I say, super glue. My dad was in Vietnam. Let me tell you, we need super glue.
Your British dad was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
That was a lie.
Oh, of course. Sorry, it's so convincing.
Yeah, no worries. Super glue. You can have a little hunt for that as well if you want. Actually, I'll tell you what. As luck would have it, these hippies are not only into weed, they're like sniffing glue. So sure enough, in that bag there is some super glue. Yeah, dog soldier style. You squeeze it in. I'm sure telling us how it was originally invented to patch up broken soldiers as you close these demonic-looking wounds. You can actually seep them together. That does stop the bleeding. I'll let you guys take a little rest here, as like a short rest. So you each get 2d10, which you can roll to add to your HP to kind of heal yourself back up again.
Nice work,
right.
Dean.
I think I need to roll both of those.
Are you sure?
Oh, that's okay. That's 12. That's pretty good.
12, not bad at all. Sit on a handsome 13. You are interrupted, this like patching up of your friend and taking this moment's rest, as one of the 2 boys, the one wearing this bandana, kind of moves towards you guys as the other remains at this window looking out, very much keeping guard. You can see the back of his head, that beret twitching side to side as he's looking up and down the street. What the hell were you doing out there?
Well, we were looking for our friend, and then that hooligan turned up, and things happened. I'm struggling to process what it is, but he's stolen the earring. He's stolen our friend's earring.
Yeah.
Hooligan.
Yeah.
Hooligan. You just saw what you just saw, and you think hooligan. You not figured it out yet?
No.
Nosferatu. Creatures of night. El Vampiro. He's a bloodsucker, man.
Vampires aren't real.
Yeah, vampires don't exist, man. Like, you'll be saying they didn't land on the moon. You're gonna say they didn't land in the moon now, no? I saw them.
You're gonna tell me you don't think bloodsuckers are real after what you just saw? Look at your man's chest.
I don't know what I just saw.
Well, if you ain't ready to face the truth, then your friend is already good as dead.
Bobby, what do you think you saw? You were up and close. What do you think you saw?
Dude, did you not see him punch through the fucking metal bar, man?
Fuck, he's right.
He's either high on some shit or we're high on some shit. Fuck. Have I lost too much blood? Is it hot in here?
We need weapons. We need to protect ourselves. We need something to hit them with. Or something.
We need weapons and we need
Pizza.
Always need pizza.
I'm afraid we ain't got any pizza, though the garlic inside the sauce might do you well.
Nice. What? So you're telling us that you guys believe that this was a vampire attack.
I don't just believe it. I know it. You think we
Okay.
just work
And
in a comic book shop that our parents owned? We're warriors.
So listen, whatever that guy is,
justice and the American way.
whatever that guy is, he knows where our friend is.
Hey,
So
you should leave town. You're not fit to fight the undead. You ain't cut out for it.
But
see,
they've got one of ours. They've got our friend. We always stick together. Loonies stick together.
All right. But you're gonna need, as your friend said, you're gonna need weapons and specific weapons at that. You see, he moves to this center table that is in the middle of the comic book shop. He takes some boxes full of comics and puts them to one side and lifts. And as he does, you notice there's a secret compartment hidden inside this table. And he starts just pulling out just objects. As he's going, he's speaking to you. He says, bloodsuckers have 4 main weaknesses. Sunlight, it's nighttime now, so we're shit out of luck on that one. Garlic, holy water, and the old reliable. You see, he reaches in to this secret compartment, pulls out a large wooden spike, spins it, catches it, a stake through the heart. And again, he starts putting these things out. And by the time he's emptied this compartment, he closes the lid, puts it back on top. There is quite a plethora of items here. There is more than enough wooden stakes for all of you just to have as many as you like. There are 2 water pistols, which you are informed by this guy that is filled with garlic-infused holy water. He's very proud of it being his own creation there.
Holy water. It's down on the restaurant soon.
There is a bag. There's a satchel that contains 10 water balloons, all of which are also filled with holy water. There are 3 garlic garlands, those kind of classic string of garlic that you wear as a necklace. There's 3 of those as well, and a plethora of other sharp implements. So you guys can tool up. What would you like?
Who wants to take the water pistols?
I want the water balloons.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I put all the water balloons in my backpack.
I'll be up close and personal.
I'm taking the water balloons. I filled my backpack with water balloons. And 2 stakes.
Balloons go to Anthony Falcon. What else do you guys want?
I'll take a water pistol and some stakes, a couple of stakes.
Water pistol and stakes. You can all have stakes. Everyone can have some stakes. That's a free.
Yeah, cool.
Sydney there's got a pistol. Garlic infused holy water.
Steaks, and a garlic band. Is there a cross? Is there a crucifix?
Yeah, there's several crucifixes. Absolutely, there's some crucifixes dotted around in this kit here. Yeah, you can grab it's quite a classic looking silver crucifix. It's got that very ornate curling edges to it. It looks silver as you pick it up. You can feel from the weight of it. It's actually it's not. It's like painted silver, but it'll do. Cool. So you have stakes, you have a garland, and you have a crucifix.
Who else wants a garland for protection?
I would like a garland, and I would like to go over to the kid in the berry, pull all my cash out, and go. I'll give you all my money for a berry.
Are you gonna say he like grabs at it? He grabs at it like. How
I'm
much
like,
money do you
yeah.
reckon you've got on you, man? Bearing in mind you are a college kid, so you're at uni on spring break. How much do you reckon you spent last night partying?
And you're wearing budgie smugglers.
I'm willing to say, right. I've worked hard this year because I'm an actor, which means I work at the restaurant full time, and I've worked a lot of overtime. So I've saved my money up, so I got at least $20. At least $20.
$20, $20 is a big amount of money. Okay, why don't you give me a charisma check? Let's see if you can persuade young Alan Frog to part with his barrow.
Nope, that's a 1.
I'm sorry, dude. Definitely not worth spending a plot point on this, okay? He refuses, politely refuses. Doesn't even talk to you, just like looks at you, checks out your civilian wardrobe, and turns.
So Sydney's got an idea. I think Brian and Anthony should take the garlands, and I think Sydney would like to spend a plot point, if this is all right with the DM, if I run it past him.
Yeah.
Go on, hit me.
So Sydney has been thinking that vampires are weak to UV light, because that's sunlight. And he'd like to spend a plot point to see that there's one of those bug zapper lights in the comic store, and maybe some car batteries, and he'd like to have a go at wiring them together and maybe wearing it as a chess piece.
Absolutely, I'll take a plot point. But that is sick as fuck. That is so bad. Yeah, man, I'm gonna make you a daylight suit. Okay, cool. So
that is baller.
So there isn't like a light bulb near the comics, because that would kind of ruin the ink in the comic and age them quite quickly. But however, you are like looking around, just checking the place that you can see there's a door, and then there's a weird smell. You flick it open, there's a grow lab in here. Sure enough, UV grow lights are sitting there as these little teeny tiny marijuana plants are just popping out of the pots. You just unscrew it, take it down. That is yours, sir. Yes, you can have. I tell you what, you can't. I'm not going to say we can make a suit, but what we can do is put the grow light bulb in a flashlight.
Yes.
How about that?
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wicked. No worries. So you have yourself a UV flashlight. That's such a good idea. I love it. Cool. Anyone else want to do anything absolutely balmy while we're here?
So can't we just burn them a bit?
Can't you just burn them?
Yeah.
Do you have
The
anything to
vampire
burn them with?
Yeah, I'm thinking because when you see them in the films, innit? I've seen Hammer Horror, right? And they go with pitchforks and burning. Is that too inconspicuous, do you think? Because I've got that as well.
I'm burning pitchfork.
Are you asking me if it's conspicuous to take a pitchfork and a lit torch down the boardwalk of Santa Carla? Like a peasant from Frankenstein.
In your budgie smugglers.
Just tucked in there with your glasses. Hey man, you want to make a torch? I'm not a monster. We can make a torch.
What do you think? I look at the other guys and I go, look, I'm not very intelligent, but whatever I do, I will make it look good.
That's fair. That is fair. Starting out. Yeah, man, you can make a torch. Wooden stake, wrap a bit of fabric around it, dip it in the paraffin. Absolutely, you can do that. We'll allow that. You can have a torch. I would like it in the comic book shop. just burn the Frog Brothers comic book shop down. Unbelievable. Okay, cool. So yeah, as you're like wrapping it up, you're like putting the final touches into it, dipping it in the paraffin wax, sealing this new torch you're making. There is a shatter behind you. You turn, you can see a brick has come through the glass window, rolls and lands in the comic book shop. You can see to this brick there seems to be a rubber band or a bit of twine or something, and a note is attached to the brick.
Let's have a look at it then. Words are my thing.
Words are your thing, Poindexter. You lean down, take the note from the brick as you look at it. You can see instantly the boy in the beret, who you now, after this amount of time, know his name to be Alan Frog, the other being Edgar. Alan's like just concerned about the window. He's clutching his head. He's trying to work out what the fuck he's going to do when his parents wake up. You pull the note out, and it reads, "If you ever want to see Jasper again, meet us at the amusement park at midnight."
I will share that information. And is Edgar upset by the glass shattering as well, or is he chilled out?
Edgar seems more concerned with the note that you're holding. He's like reading it round your head, like as you're like reading it like this, he kind of grabs your arm and pulls it to one side to read it himself.
I'd just like to go, chill out, Edgar.
Hey, don't ever tell me to chill out. Cool. The time now for you guys in game is roughly about 11ish. So you've got about an hour till you're supposed to be meeting them. Is there anything you'd like to do?
How long does it take to get there?
It'll take you probably about 15 minutes to walk there. So you've got 45 minutes other than that.
Right, we now know that they know where we are now with the minutes. So we should either stay here and go, fuck it, we'll just scroll down here like fuck, or we leave, just fuck off out of town, we're gone, because we don't know what we're going to face down there. Or C, we think of something sneaky whereby while they're away, go back to their house and do something to them. Just a suggestion. Just saying.
Or 4, we prepare the battleground.
You are?
We prepare the battleground, so we get there before them.
Yeah, like is there something we can do?
You can head that way if you'd like. If you want to go there now, you can use some time out.
Can we set traps?
I mean,
you can try.
What's to say that they're not there already, man? Like fucking burning kids or some shit.
In that case, I look at the other boy, the guys in the comic shop, and I say, "Have you got a sound system in there? Have you got a sound system, a little boom box?"
Sure. Yeah, they definitely absolutely do. There is a boom box on the counter where the register is. There is a boom box. It's currently off, but there is one there.
Run the
new model, man. It's got the tape deck in the center and everything. It's beautiful.
Run the MC. Boom.
Oh,
right
no.
there. Let's play. Cracked. Fuck it.
We've got to play.
What are you playing?
Run the MC. Cranked.
Okay. You just.
I feel like this is a montage.
It is.
Yeah.
Boom.
We need the 18 theme
Smash
tune.
out a montage. Here it is. All right, in your montage, you looking to build traps, are you there?
In the montage, we are building traps, doing some press ups.
Yeah.
Doing some press ups, like doing some
Sweating.
doing some pull ups.
Yeah, bit of that.
We're sweating. Yeah.
Well,
We're glistening in the moonlight.
Like a punch bag, and you're just stabbing it with a wooden stake.
Yeah.
Reading the comic.
just flicking through the vampires everywhere. Absolutely.
They're gonna end with like a high five together.
Ends with loads of high fives.
You guys can attune to your weaponry using this montage moment. So, in true 80s film tropes. We'll have this breakdown as you spend the 45 minutes you have just practicing with the weapon, and by the end of it, you know what you're doing. So you're all going to get a +2 to your rolls using your chosen weapons.
Okay. Nice.
I was going to say, can we get to the beach a bit early, and if the tide's out, dig a groove, right? Get some driftwood, and just light a ring of fire, and just stand in the fucking middle of it. Come on!
You can do that by all means. However, they've told you to meet them at the amusement park, not the beach. But if you want to go to the beach down the flat, do you?
A little bit more wee is getting bigger now. It's about this big. Now.
I'd love it if we were all down on the beach and then we're like, oh shit, it's at the carnival.
We're like, sorry, we're late.
Yeah, my bad.
Cool. So you spend your 45 minutes montaging the fuck out of it, and we are now 15 minutes to go until you need to be there. It's 1:45.
Let's scope the place out.
Cool. Yeah. The journey between the comic book shop and the amusement park on the boardwalk is a short one, but the looming shadow of your impending task draws out every moment. The sound of your heart thumping in your ears is made all the more noticeable by the unsettling lack of people, the crowds thinning out, until by the time you reach the large iron gates of the amusement park, you are alone. Before you, a heavy iron chain locked with a sturdy padlock holds the gate shut. And to your left, a silhouette can be seen projected into the steamed glass of a guard booth, produced by some dim, flickering light source within. What would you like to do?
Knock on
All
the
right,
door.
guys. Whatever happens, we gotta get Jasper, okay?
2.
Sid,
Yes.
what is it you say?
Loonies never die. We stick together.
Let's fucking do this, man.
So there's just a cabin in front of us with a closed door.
There is a large iron gate closed and locked with chains and a very sturdy looking padlock. There's a perimeter fence that runs around the amusement park.
Can I use it? Can I use my screwdriver to jimmy the lock?
You can sure as hell give it a go. Absolutely. Why don't you roll for me a dexterity check? Now, I warn you, this won't be easy. Picking a padlock with a screwdriver. I don't know if any of you ever tried it before, but it's a trifle difficult.
We got 13.
13. I'm afraid 13's not going to do it. You kind of jam your screwdriver into the hole of the padlock. You wiggle it and nothing happens. Maybe you try putting it through like the loop of the padlock itself and bending, but you don't get anything. And you know if you push any harder, you're just going to bend or break your screwdriver. The lock doesn't give.
Is there another way in? Can we go over the top?
You could go over the top. There is also this guard booth to your left, which has you can see there is a door into the guard booth, but the windows are quite steamed up. You can see in there's a silhouette. It looks like the back of someone, like the back of a chair and a head above it. And there's some flickering light sources in front of them.
I bet there's keys in there.
Okay, here's my idea, right? I'm an actor. Come on, darlings. I'm an actor. Let me get us through into what should we do? Shall I do my Ben Franklin? Shall I do I know. So I walk up to the window and I go, hey mate, got delivery for you.
Classic delivery trope. Yeah, you lean up to the window. You can't really see through it very easily. Again, this misting, fogging on the glass makes it difficult to see through. But you kind of maybe tap on the glass, tell them you got a delivery, and you wait a moment, and you get no response.
I just walk straight in.
As you go to open it, the door is locked. There is, however, a glass window here. On the panel of this like metal door, there's a glass window in the middle of it.
I shrug my shoulders and say, "Oh well, we'll have to go home."
We try and slide the window open. We try and slide the window open. See if we can reach the lock inside.
Give it a slide. Why don't you? I tell you what. Anthony Falcon. Why don't we? Let's get a lock roll in here. Anthony Falcon, just say highs or lows for me.
Highs.
Highs. Excellent. And Brian, since you were the last one jimming around with the door, why don't you roll for me a d20? If it is 11 or above, as Anthony called highs, it is the guy forgot to lock the window.
18.
Hey.
18. The window slides. It takes a bit of a shove, but it does slide sideways. You reckon maybe there's like a ticket booth kind of thing to do with this as well. But yeah, you manage to slide it, and as the glass moves, you see into the room properly. There is this small guard booth room, and you can see this chair. And on the chair, you can see a person's head leaning forward. In front of them, there is a small TV, like an old black and white TV, one of those portable ones that's just flickering away this source of the light. There's also a door that you think leads into the rest of the park. There is actually the window in this door. It's very much like the one on your side is shattered, the glass inside and at the feet of this person. You look down to see the glass, and you see there is a lot of blood on the floor. As you reach out, you turn the chair. This person's still not moving despite you opening the window behind them. And it turns around to see the security guard dead, propped up in the chair. Both of their arms have been torn off, completely missing, and just blood pouring down their clothing and onto the floor.
So don't worry about him. He's harmless.
Hey! Unbelievable. There is enough room for this window that you can climb in if you'd like.
I'll go first.
Yep.
Yeah? Cool.
It doesn't make sense. So it doesn't make sense for Sid to go if he's not got a garland on him. They just push him through, be like, I'll go through first, and then Sid can come after, brandishing the guns.
Nice. Okay, cool. You step in. Maybe. Are you careful to avoid the blood or not? You kind of step in. Go on.
Yeah. Like avoid everything. It's like breaking and entering, right? I've done it loads of times before. Don't disturb anything.
You know what? Why don't you give me a dexterity roll with advantage, because it is very much like breaking and entering. Yes. You see how well you do it. Kind of sneaking. This is a sneak roll, but we're doing it thief style.
16.
Nice.
16. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah. You quite silently climb in. You guys are quite surprised by how quietly he kind of steps in, despite the big ass motorcycle lock boots just reaching in. Not a sound as he moves through the window. Not a sound as he gently steps around the glass. You reach out, and the door into the park opens. It's not locked. You reckon whoever broke this window in unlocked the thumb turner from the inside.
Okay. Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys all follow suit? Yeah. Are you all going to try and do this stealthy kind of thing as well? Do you want to give me a stealth?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll have dexterity rolls out the lot of you, please, and then we'll do it as a group roll.
10.
10 as well.
10.
Crit.
Crit.
Ooh.
Like a
Crit.
fart in the wind. Undetectable. Untraceable. You guys, for a moment, you're just like, whoa.
I took my shoes off.
Oh, fuck, he's in front of me. Just a moment, you're pretty convinced you're invisible. And yeah, you guys are in without making that crit. added to the higher rolls, you guys, as a collective, you guys do great. You don't make a sound as you enter. You walk through the door, the next door into the park, and as you take the first steps into the amusement park, you hear the unmistakable static of speakers crackling into life, followed by carnival music that, although usually jovial and light-hearted, takes on an eerie and sinister note in the darkness. A moment passes before a string of red and blue and yellow lights flicker on, illuminating the stalls and attractions before you. What would you like to do?
Arm myself.
Arm yourself. You whip out, you grab a water balloon in hand, maybe a stake in the other, ready to go.
Yeah, ready weapons. Torch and stake.
Torch on, please, Sid.
It's like a lightsaber. I'm like Luke Skywalker.
Yes, you are, Sydney.
Hot reference. Topical. What do you guys want to do?
So we're in the amusement park. Do we go into the middle of it, or what do we want to do?
Yeah, let's go into the amusement park. Like if the lights have gone like that, let's follow the lights and walk in, kind of with our backs to each other, with our like weapons out. You know, almost like that montage. That time we spent in the montage really taught us about like tactics for group warfare. So we've automatically gone into like shield formation mode.
That's it. Edgar has trained you well.
It's amazing how one man can teach you the turtle formation.
That's it. It's just he's that good. He is that good. We all know it. We are brothers. Mad Monster Bashers, mate. Why don't everyone give me I'll take a wisdom check or an intelligence check. You guys can choose as you're like trying to just spot your way through this place. There are lots of lights going on. There is one path originally, but there's several splitting off with all these like string of lights moving around.
18.
Whoa.
18. And on top 18?
No, 5.
10 again.
10. So 18, that's coming in with Bobby Wolf. Bobby Wolf,
Come on, the wolf.
Your attention, as you guys are walking into this formation, you're looking up, you're moving through the lights, not sure which way to go, and your attention is caught by a slightly stickiness under your foot. You look down to see a large red arrow has been painted on the floor, directing you through the maze of closed attractions. You guys follows its trajectory, and sure enough, you see another just up ahead, pointing right to move further into this network of attractions and stalls.
Follow.
I say
you lift your
keep
foot out, sticks away from this viscous red fluid stuck down to the tarmac.
Yeah. Sid, don't look down.
The macabre markers guide you to the center of the amusement park, in the middle of which stands the test your strength machine, surrounded by a ring of food stalls, the entrance to the roller coaster. It dominates the skyline of the park, this large arc of the major kind of rise and fall of this roller coaster, straight behind this test your strength machine. As you approach, floodlights burst into life, directing your attention like spotlights to a figure strapped to the framework of the coaster, some 40 feet off the ground. Your heart drops into your stomach as, squinting through the bright light, you recognize the figure to be none other than your friend Jasper.
No.
He's unconscious, strapped to the framework of the coaster.
I shout up at him, Jasper, are you okay?
You shout out, and your voice echoes through the park, but you get no response from him. You think he's probably, hopefully, unconscious.
Guys, don't forget the roller coaster travels at 55 miles an hour.
Don't forget, guys. Don't forget.
We could just we could get on the Gold Coast to go around the guy, and then it'd be like catch the pigeon.
Catch the pigeon, deep cut now. Oh, Dick Darcy the crap out of this thing. What would you like to do, heroes?
Let's go over to where Jasper is, and maybe one of us can climb up to him and get him down.
So you kind of walk towards the framework of this coaster. You get to the bottom. Maybe you're like trying to work out who's going to climb, and from behind you hear a voice. Not so fast, mouth breathers. You made a big mistake coming here. You look around and you can see the two of the bikers are now standing behind you. The lady and the gentleman with the all-seeing eye tattoo on his neck.
I would say, oh no, it's not a mistake. We've got an invitation. And I'll hold the bit of paper up.
The woman laughs. The lady laughs, like uncontrollably, manically laughs, like giggling, kind of psychopathic style. Laughs a bit too long. It's really uncomfortable for a second, and then suddenly stops staring dead at you again. Her eyes intense, and although it's dark, you see this yellowing in her eyes. This bloodshot yellowing. Mouth breathers, mouth breathers, mouth breathers, mouth breathers.
I'm like, Sydney, now would be a good time to turn on the torch.
Oh, yes.
Can I drop to my feet in front of them and go, please, please, please do not hurt us. We are nothing more than simple people. And then stab him in the foot with a stick.
Cool. Well, let's go for a deception check. Roll me a charisma to be like begging for your life.
I get advantage on them.
If you manage to succeed on this, I will give you all advantage on the first round of combat if you're going in for a fight, as you get the jump.
Oh.
This says I get advantage on deception because I'm an actor.
That's it. You're acting, so you get advantage on this roll, my man. Let's say
Which is a bloody good job because the first one's a 5.
Oh dear.
7. What do I add?
7.
Charisma.
Charisma. +2. 18. 19.
19. There it is. Excellent. Yeah. You dropped your
Plus
knees.
2 on
You're
charisma.
making away. Please don't hurt us. Don't hurt us. Cool. I'm going to give, because of that, you're all going to get advantage on your first attack. The first round. Well done. Very cool. I like it. Good idea. And with that, we are going to roll initiative for combat. So grab your d20s, roll your dice, and add your dexterity modifier.
Ooh.
I don't like it when it looks like a.
And I shall roll for the 2 bikers as well. Oh dear for you.
No.
Okay, they've got. Has anyone beat? Let me get their stats up. Has anyone Has anyone got 20 or above? No. Anyone get above 15 at all?
Yep.
No. Oh, yeah.
18. 1 8.
What'd you get?
1 8. 18.
18. What's your dexterity modifier?
+1.
+1. Okay. And then we're coming in there, and that was Bobby Wolf. Cool.
No,
Anyone get above
No, Sid with the 18.
Say again?
I got the 18. That was Sid.
Oh, Sid got the 18. Apologies, Sid. Apologies.
No, it's okay.
Sydney, though, not Sid, as we know he likes to be called Sydney. Anyone get above 10?
11.
11 there for Anthony Falcon. Okay, what do you guys get? God damn. Bobby, finally followed by Brian. You guys have rolled absolute dog shit today, and I love it. Thank you so much. You've made my job infinitely easier. Excellent. Well, as surprising no one, the bikers go first. You hear one of them, the gentleman moves towards you, says, you want your boy back? You got to go through us. And as you're like begging on the floor, I think probably Brian, he's not going to go for you straight away because you don't seem like a threat at all. So I'm just going to roll a d6. If it's a 1 or a 2, he's going to go in for Anthony. If it is a 3 or a 4, he's going to go for Bobby. If it's a 5 or a 6, he's going to go for Sid, okay? It is a 5, Sid. In a lightning motion, bam, bam, almost like he teleports. So quick, a blur moves towards you, and this biker's on top of you. And again, instantly his face is angular, it's monstrous. You see gnarled fangs inside his maw. He has these bloodshot yellow eyes and profound brow. He is monstrous to behold. Absolutely blood-curdlingly terrifying to look at. And he's going to punch you. So he comes forward, and as he does, just brings his fist in towards you to slam into you. Oh my god. Okay, these are rolling high. I'm really sorry. Does a 22 hit you?
I'm only AC 11.
So that's a yeah. When you had your entire let's tool ourselves up, no one thought about armor, huh? Never mind, that's okay. That's okay. Bam! You get punched in the mouth by a monstrous demonic biker. You are going to take. Let me just get my dice out here. Oh dear! 6 points of damage as you just feel a sucker punch to the gut. It hurts. It really hurts. You feel all the air leave your lungs, almost like the pressure of this fist just forces the entirety of your breath out from your mouth. You are half surprised your heart doesn't come out with it.
Yep.
And then he's going to punch you again.
I thought they had 2 attacks.
This time he only rolls a 9. So he punched you the first time. He goes to punch again, but he expected you to take it a little better, and you're just not there as he swings. So the next punch, you just crumple down slightly, winded and heaving.
Sydney has been here before. He knows to curl into a ball.
That's it. Take the fetal position and just wait until you're in the locker and then leave. You can undo them from the inside. Yeah. Cool. That is Troy's turn. Dawn's going to move in. The other vampire here, biker, monstrous biker. Who knows what they are? And she is going to run. She runs forward. I think she's going to. I'm going to do the same thing about who I'm picking to fight, but instead she's going to leave the nerd to her compadre. So it's going to be between Anthony and Bobby. So 1, 2 is Anthony, 3, 4 is Bobby. There's 2, Anthony. This woman's on top of you. Her hair, before looking like backcombed and styled, looks wild and manic. There is hatred and anger and bloodlust in her eyes. She screams. Your ears almost, you have to clutch your head from the sound of it. And she slashes. And you see these large claws that are protruding from her nails. Still slightly chipped nail varnish running across the base of them, and slashes down towards you. Now, she doesn't get 2 attacks, but she has something called reckless attack. So she can give herself advantage, but anyone who attacks her as well also has advantage. She's going all out with everything. She's not worrying about defending herself. Okay?
Okay.
He's a barbarian.
Cool. There is okay, so that is a 20 to hit.
Yeah, AC's 12.
Yeah, is it? Okay, cool. So that's gonna be
DM.
yeah.
Not that I've expected it to give him a +8, but what does the garland give us that we're wearing?
I'm afraid, as you are noticing now, the garland gives you nothing. And in fact, you can see there's a laughter as this vampire looks at Garland, looks at you, and you hear the words, "Garlic don't work, boys."
Oh my god. How did I not pick up on this?
8 points of damage there for Falcon.
8 points of damage.
As you are slashed. You knock back, you feel a ringing in your head as you're slashed across the shoulder, it bleeds out. Your mind skirts back to your training, your 45 minutes of training. You can hear the words of Edgar ringing in your head, saying, "I must warn you, when a vampire buys it, it's never a pretty sight. No two bloodsuckers go out the same way. Some implode, some explode, but all will try to take you with them." Yeah. So there you go. Have that. Next up is Sydney. You guys can actually have a go now. What would you like to do?
So Sydney is curled in a ball and he's clutching his torch, his UV torch, and he's going to flick it on and come up. And he's going to go, "Lighten up, dude!" And he's going to shine it in the guy's face.
Nice! Light it up, dude. Yeah, you click it on, you point it. Sunlight. So I'm going to say that this UV light, I'm going to say, does the same kind of damage to these guys as sunlight. And sure enough, through Edgar's warnings, or the Frog Brothers' warnings in general, you thought maybe there was a chance these guys weren't vampires. But as you see the UV light shine on this thing's face, and just the burning, the tearing away, like in the power of this glow of the flesh from their face, you know for sure these are bloodsuckers sent from hell, man. And you do 20 points of fire damage. As this light just burns up the side of its face, you see flames licking from the side of its jaws, just from the bottom of which, as the light burns through, carves a hole and just the tongue flops out through the bottom hole of the jaw. Fucking foul, man.
That was so worth a plot point. That is amazing.
That's a good spend of a plot point right there.
Great spend of a plot point.
So you have done 20 points of damage to Troy. Well done. Cool. Anything else you want to do?
No. I'm feeling quite chuffed.
You're just like, pointing up the light, burning back as he's trying to avert his gaze just from this glowing death fucking ray to him. Cool. Next up is Anthony. Anthony, what do you want to do, man?
Well, up until this point, I've been utterly credulous that these things might actually be vampires. But now that I've seen the UV ray gun do its magic, I remember that I've got a backpack full of holy water balloons.
Yes, so you do.
I take a couple of them out and I throw them.
You're just gonna double hand this thing and throw two at once.
Gonna throw them. Yeah, I'm kind of like a bit startled. I'm like I just
I'll tell you what. Here's how I'm gonna do this. So either you can throw one and you have your normal roll out of it, or you can throw two at once. You do one roll with disadvantage, but you'll get double damage if you hit.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll do that. What do you want me to do?
Yeah. So roll twice. Then add your dexterity and +2 because you're proficient with this thing now.
Okay. So roll twice.
I
rolled twice.
Disadvantage. Huh?
Yeah.
And the lowest. Oh, okay, cool. 14.
Way! 14, is that including your bonuses?
No, where are my bonuses? I've got dex. You said dex?
Your dexterity.
My dex is 0.
Okay, and it will be also your +2 because you're now proficient in it.
Okay, so 16 then.
16. The montage serves you well, sir. A 14 would not have hit, but a 16 does. Which one are you aiming for?
The chick.
The chick. You're going to throw it at the chick. Cool, you dash two water balloons. They both just unbelievably accurate. You've never been so accurate with anything in your life. Maybe you're so used to throwing like screwed up pop punk song lyrics into a basket bin on the other side of your bedroom. You just nail the fucking shot. Bam, bam. Holy water. Holy water does 10 points of damage to a vampire. You've thrown 2, so you get 20 points on Dawn. As these things shatter down on her, you see it burns into her scalp, takes a large chunk of her shoulder away. You see some of that like, red crimped hair comes out as like the flesh turns to bubbling pus and pours down the side of her head.
Nice.
It's gruesome. Nicely done. Anything else you want to do?
No, I think I'm a bit flabbergasted. I probably bum shuffle backwards a little bit and sort of take in the scene. I'm still incredulous to the whole vampire thing.
Cool. Next up, Bobby.
You can't take my brother, you goddamn shit-sucking vampire! I'm gonna dive and stake him. The guy.
You're going to stake the guy. Okay, so here's the rules of the stake with a vampire. You have to roll to hit. If you beat the armor class, you roll again for a luck check. If you make it into the heart, you will kill them instantly.
Nice.
So, what did you roll to hit?
16.
Ooh.
16 hits. I need to roll a d20 again.
Hold on. Sorry, just to confirm. I rolled a 14, but do I get the +2?
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
For the proficiency.
Yeah.
Cool.
Boys. You've been
How do
training
you
well,
got advantage?
So this guy just got hit with sunlight. That means he would have disadvantage on saving throws and stuff like that. So I'm going to give you advantage on this luck check to hit him in the heart.
Wicked.
If you can roll above a 15, you will kill him outright.
Come on, Bobby.
No pressure, Bobby boy.
5% chance.
As a 9.
9, and the second one for your advantage.
15!
Oh, he goes, so. He leans back, shocked as this sunlight burns up the side of his face. He tries to wipe at his eye as it pours out from the socket, trying to hold it back in turns. And you won't take my brother, you blood-sucking vampire. You stab, and as you do, you get the first one in, bam, come back, stab again. And you feel a pop as it breaks through cavity of the chest, breaks through the heart muscles. And there's a moment where he just looks shocked. His hand comes away, the eye falls and dangles slightly. And then he leans back and screams. As he lets out this spectacular shout, it echoes around, and you just see a poof as he explodes into lightning. Bam! Viscera and gore flies up, splashing you completely up and down your face as the lightning arcs out, hitting the lines of lights and running across the fairground. Each bolt popping as it fires down until eventually you hear a sizzling crack somewhere in the distance, and the music stops from the speakers. You have killed the vampire, guys. Well done.
Oh,
Next up is Brian. What are you going to do, my man?
I stand in the dark with a torch and I look at everybody and I go, told you so.
Just...
So that's my action.
Yeah, I'll let you have it as a bonus action if you like.
Thank you. What I'm going to do is, right, I'm so impressed with what Bobby has done there. I think that I'm going to try and swing the fire to almost like give the vampire nowhere to go so Bobby can have another go at him. Does that make sense?
Okay, cool. So you're going to run into Dawn with the torch and just kind of like...
Yeah, just like keep him from moving, or is the word harry him? I'm going to like harry him with the torch.
Very nice, very nice. I'll tell you what, she does not like fire, so I'm going to give you, due to your torch and your efforts and everything else, you're going to give me an intimidation, which is your charisma, but you may have advantage for using fire to do it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a bloody good job because the first one was 4 again. 16 and 2. 18.
Whee.
18, very nice. So yeah, you wave this thing and she jumps back. You see this like tongue flapping down underneath her neck where it broke through, the pussy kind of blood pouring down the side of her head. It's like a black, sludgy blood. And her hair, what's beautiful and enticing, now matted with this nasty fluid. She's jumping back. Again, she's still got a lot of fight left in her, but you manage to back her into a bit of maybe in against a few of the these like rides in this circle around. There's like a small indent corner you've got her trapped in. She is cornered. Cool, nicely done. Next up is Dawn. It's her turn. She sees you with fire, and she is none happy about it. So she's going to go straight for you, I'm afraid, Brian.
That's all right.
That is a 14 to hit. Will that get you?
Yes.
Yes, it will. Okay. 14. So she... Sorry, one moment.
Okay.
9 points of slashing damage as she swipes at you. She's aiming specifically for your arm. So I'm going to say, let's have a... Why don't you give me a dexterity saving throw to hold on to that thing as she's trying to like smash it out. She slashes up your arm and you just feel her bone claws scrape across the bone inside your arm. A sinew and muscle is torn from your forearm.
Oh, fucking hell. All I'm rolling
Trying to
is
hold on tight to a torch. Give me a dexterity save or a constitution just to thug it out.
Nothing like 7. It's all fun.
7. I'm going to say you with that, you drop this thing, it hits the floor in front of you, clutching your arm. But you still have her backed in this corner, but you don't actively have the flame at her now.
Okay.
Cool. That is Dawn's turn. Next up is Sydney.
So he's going to turn to Bobby and hold up for a high five and go, Bobby, I'm like Luke Skywalker. Watch me go. And swing the torch and run towards this other vampire.
Cool. Yeah, you point it down towards her. I'm going to give her a dexterity save to try and get out of the way of that. As she sees the thing coming down, she's seen how it's killed the last guys. You've got it up and surprised them from behind, from underneath. Sorry. So I'm going to say, what's your? Why don't you roll? Because why don't you roll me a dexterity?
Yep.
Add your modifier to it, and then I'm going to try and beat that. So we'll have an opposed.
17, 1-7.
That's rough.
Sick.
Here we go. She has rolled a 14, adding her dexterity.
I bet she's got high dex.
What did you roll?
17, 1-7.
She has matched your 17.
So dex-wise, I'm only +1. So I'm not that.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have a second roll-off. Let's go again. Tiebreaker. Let's have a tiebreaker, G.
Okay. That's a dirty 20. I rolled a 19.
Dirty 20, okay. So just so you know, she needs to roll 18 to beat you, 17 to match. She has rolled 8. You blasted down on her. The sunlight fires. It hits her in the chest, and you just see her burning, the mohair suddenly igniting into flames as you start boring a hole through the middle of her. She takes further 20 points of damage.
Awesome.
Well done, well done. She screams, letting out a nasty blood-curdling cry. Once again, you all have to hold your ears. Cool. Anthony, what do you want to do, my man?
So I'm going to jump on my skateboard and fly towards her on my skateboard with a stake up like in my hand and go as quickly as I can towards her and try and stake her while she's sort of screaming and wailing.
In some weird twist of vampire jousting, we're in. Give us a roll.
I rolled 19.
Unbelievable. Bam, you stab. Okay, so you have hit, and because you've been blasted with the UV light, the sunlight, you're going to have advantage to try and hit the heart, my man.
Try and hit the heart, I got advantage. Rolled 18.
Ooh.
And I rolled 18 again.
No!
You can do it, Tony. You can do it, Tony.
Toby,
Whoa, what's happened?
it's all right. We're here. I rolled 18. I rolled 18, then I rolled 18 again. So 18.
18. The beat is 15. You stab, you fly through. You see there's a shot that goes up to her eyes of shock, to yours of focus, hers of shock, yours of focus, hers of shock, yours of focus, hers of shock. Stab as your would-be lance pierces the vampire's chest through the new hole bored open. You can see clearly your target. It's beating hard inside the carved out chest cavity. You stab deep and true. She lets out one more blood-curdling cry before erupting in a deluge of blood. Blood fires up at every sink, every drain, every toilet around you. Just blood fires up, raising high into the sky before falling down like a gory geyser, drenching all of you in a macabre rain of blood. There is a moment where you all stand there in the shadows of your achievements, just realizing what it is you've done. Gentlemen, you've just killed 2 undead.
Woo!
I'm going to shout over to Brian and go, Brian, a little bit of wee has just come out.
What would you like to do, guys?
Go get Jasper.
Yeah.
You climb. I'm going to say you guys, you got some time now. There's no pressure on it. You guys climb up, and between you, you manage to kind of undo Jasper's bindings. As you kind of get up there, who is it climbs to, we reckon?
I think the ballerina's best climbing.
Fair enough. So Brian, as you get up there, you see you untie it, you just see his head turns, looks at you through this mop of hair, flicks it back. Brian, is that you, man? Oh, one hell of a party, huh? You managed to undo his bindings and bring him down. You take him back to your hotel room, and each in turn having a shower, washing off the gory, bloody mess of vampire leftovers that just cover your every orifice and clothing. Jasper has no real memory of the events. He can't seem to, no matter how much you pried, he can't seem to tell you what happened. He remembers being underground, there being a fountain. He remembers drinking wine and something to do with a train line. You decide, probably for the best, not to stay any longer for your spring break. You've had more than enough of Santa Carla and all the delights it has to offer. The next morning, you head out from your hotel, hurriedly packing your bags that are now held tight in your still probably shaking hands. A moment of panic crosses you all as once again you realise that Jasper is not among the ranks. But it's swiftly replaced by a sigh of relief as you watch him walk out the lobby door. Through a smile lingers on his lips, he appears tired, sluggish. He steps out into the California sun and winces slightly before producing a pair of white sunglasses, Ray-Ban style, from his pocket and placing them over his eyes, obscuring the dark circles now beneath them. As the coach driver piles your bags carelessly into the luggage compartment, Jasper wraps his arms around you all. Let's get the hell out of here, guys. The end.
Oh, fantastic job.
Well done, guys. You did it. Not a single casualty.
Awesome.
I'm impressed. I'm not going to lie. The daylight gun, definitely the MVP of that one there. Absolutely.
Fucking hell, that was cool.
Brilliant
Like,
idea.
every combat, Sydney was the best person out of it.
Oh, don't fight hard, mate. Fight smart.
Yeah, that was epic. Oh,
That was
Brilliant.
brilliant.
That was awesome, man.
thank
That
you
was
so
awesome.
much.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Guys, I hope anyone watching enjoyed watching it. We had a lot of fun doing it. If you guys want to jump in on this, we will be posting these games quite regularly. Tickets are available through the Lost Boys website and through the Design My Night. So yeah, if you guys want to jump in and have your own crack at defeating vampires in Santa Carla, come find us.
You've done a good job. That's amazing. Thank you.
That was great fun, Sam. That was really fucking cool, man. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, gentlemen. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Pete, you want to sign us out, man?
Yeah, I suppose I should really. We went to Santa Carla. We went to Santa Carla in 1987, and you can too. Yeah, tickets if you want to play that game. Tickets are available on the Lost Boys website, or you can DM us. We did this tonight, because we started doing national delivery today, so you can now order pizza from Lost Boys. Have pizza making kits sent all over the country. So hence me down with some friends who are around the country. They ate pizza, we ate pizza, we played some games. It was kind of fun. Thanks very much if you tuned in. We'll see you soon.
Hey, thank you.